All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are preparing for your Buffaloes versus the Ducks. Coming up at 3:30 right now, we got a tie ball game with Florida State and Clemson, and we'll get into this one. Before we get started, guys, make sure you smash that like, that thumbs up, and, of course, subscribe to the channel. Click that bell, turn on your notifications so you don't miss a stream for college and, of course, NFL football. Rocking with your boy Jay. Today, we got a crazy one coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Colorado and Oregon will be coming up soon.
FSU 3 for 11 on third down. Travis after the punt.
Throw. That's going to be caught.
For a
First down.
Wilson to the Clemson 39.
An excellent job in protection, too, by Florida State. They've struggled a little bit with the speed rush of Clemson, and that time they give Travis plenty of time.
18-yard play. Travis too high for Wilson. He was under duress from Ruka Rororo.
As a quarterback here, you know you're kind of right there on the fringe of field goal. You got to be thinking pressure by the defense because Wes Goodman's thinking, hey, we got to knock them out of field goal range. So Mike Norvell and his quarterback, they have to understand that Clemson's likely going to be aggressive. How quickly can you get the ball out? How quickly can you find a receiver?
Shout out to the Wrench Gang. What's going on, y'all?
Some yards after the catch. Fitzgerald's
Stop it, Ryan.
long is 53. That was in 2021. Be longer than that from here.
Deep throw. Incomplete to Coleman.
Broken up by Jalen Phillips. They have these big receivers. They're happy to put them in one-on-one situations.
Berg, I got to go with the underdog.
The jump balls, they didn't win that
I got to go with the underdog. Just for the hype. You know, just for the hype.
Possibility of a screen. Wes Goodwin has been very aggressive. They blitz. If they overload my protection, I might
TBE, what up, man? What's going on with you, bro? 3rd and 10, FSU. 23 seconds on the clock.
23 seconds to go. Tied at 24. The Noles have not led today.
Pressure.
Pressure up the middle.
Quick pass. Broken up. Incomplete. 4th down. 4th down. Jacob, just this one, bro. Just this one.
At the 39. Too long for the field goal try. So they're going to go for it.
They got to go for it. Fourth and 10, 18 seconds, tie ball game.
This snap is too important to kind of rush out there and not get a good look at what the defense is going to do.
And there's going to be a timeout.
And it's Clemson that uses the timeout. It's last.
Final timeout.
Yeah, they're gonna have to kick it, but they're not within field goal range. They need like another 10 yards.
And to me, that's interesting.
Shout out to you, Eric.
If you're Clemson and you get a stop here, you're one play away from field goal range again, and you might want that timeout. They get the field goal team out there, stop the clock. Now you're not going to have it.
And you always have to keep one in your pocket for the kicker. But with 18 seconds left, this play likely to take at least 5 or 6. You still have to go about 20 yards.
Want me to sacrifice the channel, Ryan?
Under 2 minutes, the clock will stop.
Want me to sacrifice the channel, yeah?
Get up, spike the ball.
Shout out to Kelly. What's going on with you, Kelly? How you doing this Saturday? Ryan's like, put the game on, bro. Lose your ability to stream for a whole week. That's what happens, man. That is exactly what happens. It's like, forget your Sunday, man. Stream the college, bro.
These fans want to believe their reign as the dominant force in the ACC.
Steve Senza, what up, man?
Is not over.
Yeah, I got the glasses on.
Florida State wants
I got the glasses on.
It is back in a big way.
Here we go. 4th and 10. Big down. Can they get to field goal range? Here we go. Pressure. He's got time. Throws deep.
Deep down the middle, and
Broken up, incomplete. No flags.
Coleman. Double coverage arrived.
Coleman was double covered, and there's an injury to Wiggins. He's down for Clemson. Compliment King, what up, man? What's going on with you, bro?
And it was a good job buying a little
Shout
time
out to you, Kelly.
Jordan Travis working one-on-one. Little contact at the top, but either way, and then you see how Wiggins kind of lands awkwardly on that left leg. Hopefully he's okay, still down on the ground. It was well defended there by
Clemson. For us?
And
yeah, I'm not sacrificing
situation there by
the
Jordan
NFL.
Travis.
Well, Travis saw
We're just
that
gonna have to have it how we have it, man.
Despite the fact
You
that
know,
he was being
everybody
pressured.
knows. Everybody knows how this goes. If you want to go
Wiggins
watch
had a
it on
good
those
day.
bot channels, go ahead. It's there for you.
Junior from
If you
Atlanta,
want that
who
real engagement, you want some real
had
jokes,
some rough
you want to have a
moments
good
earlier in
time,
his career.
you come over here because guess what? They're going to get shut down anyways. You know they're going to end up popping up over here. That's how it always goes.
In the
I'm not even
ACC
worried
title
about it.
win against North
And
Carolina
if they don't,
last
hey,
year.
I know that I'm good the next day.
He's on his feet.
That's the difference.
With his left foot off the ground. So now 12 seconds, Greg. They're on their own 39, and they don't have a timeout.
This is played on the TV.
I mean, it's good enough field position. You have to try to do something, don't you?
Absolutely. I think you could try without
JFSU needs to lose for my son. No, stop it. You know I'm an FSU fan. Can't have an FSU loss.
Hey, if we get a first down on a completion,
It better be, Jacob.
declare down immediately, and we got to hustle as a group up there so we can spike the ball.
Shout out to you, Brian. Yeah, man, I got you, bro. We good. I got you.
Stop the clock with any player that goes out of bounds.
Daniel, same thing as NBA. Yeah, you already know.
Timeouts on defense.
You already know.
2 of their 3 in this half. Klubnik's had a nice day.
Ryan, I did
24
not.
For 35, 283, and a touchdown.
I
No
did
interceptions.
not.
He did lose a fumble against a blitzer that he didn't see.
Will Scott, what up, bro?
Conservative play call, but Shipley.
What's going on with you, Will Scott, in the building? Shout out to the Wrench
48
gang.
Florida State, and again, now you don't have that timeout.
You can go
And they
spike
wind
it.
the clock.
Oh, this is gonna go OT.
Spike it. Oh boy, did they mismanage this?
Wow. We're going to OT.
I wound it.
Of course we would.
That's
Everybody
the end of the
wants to
fourth
see
Overtime.
the Buffaloes
that last
and the
timeout.
Ducks, and we're going to OT for FSU and Clemson. That's how it works.
Anyway, on we
Let's
go.
take a quick
Bonus
timeout.
football.
Detenzo says, anyone bet on this, and what's the betting odds? I didn't bet on this one. Well, I'm not betting at all, but I didn't bet on this one at all. But if I were to bet, that plus 720 for Colorado looked absolutely juicy last night. I was like, if I was a bet man, I mean, I would at least put $50 on it, right? If I was gonna bet, I'd at least at $50, just because, just because. But you know, plus 720 against the team that's been hyped and has been the underdog, and they've won. Come on now. Eric needs his Jack money. He's 4 bottles deep right now. Shout out to you. Yeah, we got 15 minutes until kickoff. You know how it goes. The games hasn't been starting. Their games never start on time anyway, so it's just how it goes. What do we got? 88 viewers, 21 likes. Let's try to get to 100, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're hitting that like, that thumbs up. It is much, much appreciated. Do thank you guys for the support. Bob Evans, you should be hitting that like all 100 times because something is on its way to you, and it looks like it's going to be there early, my friend. So you should be giving me all the likes. All the likes. Shout out to Antonio. What up, man? Says, come on, Jay. We have been here before. All right, stop. Don't come in here with the negativity, sir. Don't do that. Don't do that. Tracy says, let's go Buffs. Shout out to you, Tracy. What's going on with you? Oregon keeping receipts, 41-17. Slow down, Ryan. Slow down, man. Forrest has the Ducks, 38-17. All right. All right, as we get to this quick commercial break. 116 of you guys popping in, 34 likes. We need to get to 100, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're hitting that like, that thumbs up. It is much, much appreciated as we prepare for these Buffaloes and these Ducks as we get through FSU and Clemson right now. They are tied as we head into OT.
Yep, just the second all-time overtime game.
For overtime. Brought to you by Modelo.
YouTube videos don't win games.
Here are the overtime rules
see.
presented by Modelo. Coin toss. Winner decides they want to play
So
offense
them Ducks
or
ain't
defense,
soft?
which
Shout
end
out
of
to you,
the field to play,
Tactical.
and they almost always
We'll
decide to
see,
go
man.
on defense, and that's what
I'm
Clemson
ready.
just
I'm
did.
excited. It's going to be
Each
crazy.
team gets a
gonna
possession
be
from the
crazy.
opponent's 25-yard
What's up,
line
Lexa?
the first 2 overtimes.
Jerome in the house.
And then the new
Shout out to Brian Allen, starting it off with the $19 super chat. Shout out to you, Brian. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the donation, my friend. We got to bring out Ric Flair. Ric Flair, where are you at? Thank you for the support, Brian. Thank you for the $19 donation, my friend. Thank you for the support. As Bell, he's going to run, get maybe about a yard. Second down. Shout out to you, Daniel. Kathy in the house. What's up, Kathy?
2014 Florida State came back from a halftime deficit of 10-3.
When you use Hoodie J for the NFL, do you J for college? Jay just chose for college. Because you get so hyped up already. Long throw, going for it all. That's caught. Touchdown, FSU. Let's go.
And that time, Keon Coleman brought it down for a touchdown. 24 yards. And Florida State leads for the first time today.
Beautiful.
What an incredible
Quick shout out to
Keon
Jeff
Coleman and
Walker
tremendous recognition by his quarterback,
for
Jordan
subscribing.
Travis.
Thanks a lot,
Moment
Jeff.
ago,
Welcome
Nate
to the
Wiggins
channel.
injured on that long
Thank you
fourth down
for
play.
subscribing.
So he's working against Jaden Lucas, the young sophomore, talented
Kelly, it'll show up
guy
once they
that's
get
probably
started.
not gonna be able to win that 50-50
Once
ball against
the game gets
incredible
started, that's when the
Coleman.
field will show up.
Every
As
play
FSU just scored, they're now up.
PAT is good. Keon Coleman.
Clemson gets the ball next. 31-24 FSU.
2 touchdowns today. Using that 6'4", 215-pound frame. Started his career at Michigan State, but he had been recruited by Florida State. The staff had a
Beautiful.
relationship. The view from the progressive pylon camera. He thought Florida State had a chance to win big. And
Coleman,
he's a big
9
reason
targets,
why
5
they got off
receptions,
to that opening win
86
against
yards,
LSU
2
when he had 3
touchdowns.
touchdowns in his debut. And another good throw by Travis.
Terrific throw, and every time that ball's in the air in a 50-50 situation.
Daniel, born and raised, my man.
Again, it's
Born and
like
raised.
80-20. The guy does that almost every week, and now Cade Klubnik takes the field.
Ramal? No, I didn't bet, bro. I don't bet anymore. But if I was going to, I would have took that plus 720.
What you have to do when you get the ball.
I would have took that plus 720. Clemson's up now after the big Florida State score.
Pressured. Klubnik got it
And that's
off.
going to
It's an
be
pass
incomplete
for Shipley.
on the first pass, 2nd and 10.
The pressure in his face forced the errant throw. And a lot of the energy has gone out of the crowd here. In fact, the only noise we hear right now is the Florida State.
Like I got the dub,
small
like I feel
section.
important. Shout out to
The
you.
far left corner chanting defense.
Let's go, Daniel. Let's go.
Palpable tension from the home crowd. Shipley, tough run.
Ooh,
He was not going to be stopped.
he's going to be just short for the first down.
He is 6 inches from another
Just
first
short.
down. Third down, less than a yard.
Third and 1.
Shipley, the lone running back again. They faked it.
Big
again.
throw. That's a no. He gets a no. He got stopped. FSU defense. That's going to be a loss of 3 yards.
And the
Fourth
crowd
down.
boos the play call.
Shout out to you, Tactical. Yeah,
He
man.
got a little fancy late in regulation, and that one seems to me to be overthinking it, Greg.
Yes, and they give Cade
Fourth
Klubnik
and
the freedom.
2.
If he likes the look to the left, he can throw it. but that's really designed to be a handoff. As an older quarterback, you will understand the down and distance and what you need in order to get a fresh set of downs. Instead, he throws it out, set up 4th and 2 for the game.
About 1.5 yards that they have to have, or it's ball game over.
Pressure, quick throw, too high, incomplete. That is it. FSU gets it. Let's go, Knowles. Let's go.
They beat the Tigers for the
31-24 is the final in OT.
The return to prominence continues in a big way for Mike Norvell and Florida State. They are back, aren't they, Molly McGrath?
Coach, you just had a big sigh of relief in a game where you never led in regulation. What did you learn about your team, specifically your defense, with that final stand?
What a response. And, we talk about that all the time. These guys have incredible heart. They played. I told them it was going to take 60 minutes, and then going in overtime, it took a few more. But just love what I saw from our guys. Never panicked. Just continue to play. There was some, obviously some ugly moments, but, they just continued to fight and did what we needed to do to get the win.
Speaking of heart, Jordan Travis pressured a lot in the first half. What kind of guts did you see from your quarterback down
Steve Hand, what up, man?
He's a winner, and he's just
going on
such a
with
great
you, bro?
leader for this team. The way our guys compete, the way that they continue to push. I mean, this has been a hard-earned win, something we've been working for 4 years, and just so proud to see our team come on the road, be able to get it done in a hostile environment.
You said that Clemson is the benchmark program in the ACC. You just beat them. What does that say about what you are building here at Florida State?
We're going to continue on our climb every day, just try to get better, try to capitalize the moments we get. And these players, they work their tails off. We got great guys. We got the right fit, right? And now it's just time to continue to take those positive steps to where we're going.
All right, thank you, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thank you so much, and go Knowles.
He's done a fantastic job, and what a win on the road here today.
What's up, David?
Their schedule going forward. They might
Shout
be
out to you,
favored
man. Jerome in the
every
house.
game They have the rest of this season. Classic battle today here at Clemson. Final score in overtime, Florida State 31, Clemson 24. Patrick Payton, the big play on the last play to deflect it out of the air.
Shout out to Brian, says, I don't like FSU, but I hate Clemson. Congrats to the Knowles. Shout out to you guys. Rick says 70% are voting Buffalo. Not a chance. What do we got? 105 votes, 70%. Holding it down. There's believers in the house. There are believers. The hype is real. Looks like we got about 6 minutes and 15 seconds until kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. 144 viewers. We're trying to get to 100 likes before kickoff. We need 50 more, ladies and gentlemen. 50 more likes, 50 more thumbs up to make that happen. I know that we can do it. We hit 100 on the votes. Let's hit 100 on the likes. Make sure you hit that like, that thumbs up. It is much, much appreciated. As we prepare for kickoff, Colorado versus Oregon, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to all you guys for rocking with us. We're going to have a great time, and I'm excited. I'm ready to go. This will be my first college game of the season. Normally, I wait to the playoffs and the bowl games, but, we couldn't miss this one. The hype is real. And they're saying that Oregon's going to take this one, so we had to watch this one. We had to. We are here. Eric says, I have all my TVs going with the FCS college games and FBS games. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you.
The Eastern 12:30 Pacific time slot. But we all know that wherever you're watching right now from across the country, it's actually prime time.
It is prime time.
I ain't hard to find. Look no further.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. 62. We need 38 more likes. 38 more thumbs up to get to that 100 as we prepare for kickoff. We got about 5 minutes. 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 5 minutes. Bob says TCU was favored by 21 also. Yeah, they forget about that. They forget about it. And I'm excited. Pittsburgh says, let's go, Colorado. Let's go.
welcome you to ABC College Football.
No Travis Hunter, yeah.
Presented by Capital One.
It may make, I mean, obviously it makes a difference.
Championship drive.
Shout out to Susan. What up, Susan?
From here at Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon.
Rick says, Jay, do you know how to pronounce Oregon?
Impressive 10th-ranked Ducks
Oregon, right?
The ultimate upstart.
I know some of you guys is Oregon. It's Oregon, all right? Shout out to Imuna. What up? Also, shout out to May Senior 11 for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing.
Prime effect, Jess. It is real, and it comes with a fan base that stretches so far beyond sports.
Well, it's not just the biggest story in college football right now, Joe. It's the biggest story in sports. You've got Deion Sanders, a transcendent figure, taking over a program that lost 11 games a year ago, completely flips the roster, and they shocked the world starting this season 3-0. There's a lot of juicy subplots to this story, too. Shedeur Sanders, Coach Prime's son, is a star quarterback. He's been magnificent. He's a Heisman contender.
Also, shout out to Joanna and Jill for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing.
But now they come into Autzen Stadium.
Forrest says, Jay, you are the first East Coaster to say Oregon correct.
Colorado's a 21-point underdog, so
it shouldn't be that hard.
Fairy tale can continue.
Should not be that hard.
Magic ends here today.
Folks, look at that right there. We got a green and yellow stripe out here at Oregon. By far the biggest challenge for Colorado. Of course, Colorado comes to try to stop this guy. Oregon has the most experienced quarterback in college football.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, a top Heisman candidate.
Yeah, Oregon's got some star power too.
Mark Tabulous, what up?
There, Bo Nix, one of the best quarterbacks in the country. He's a true dual threat. Could hurt you throwing the football, can hurt you running it, but it's that experience. The game is really slowed down for Bo Nix. He's playing right now with so much confidence. And
Jeff King, you know I got you, bro.
Oregon knows that a lot of people
Let's
are
go.
watching this game to see the Coach Prime show, but they've
Jeff
got
King
an
in the
opportunity
building.
to get a win against the hottest team in college football. And just remind people, they're a pretty good team too, and they've got their eyes set on the college football playoff.
On the other side is Shedeur Sanders, the Buffs' sensational quarterback. And what he did deep into the overnight last Saturday was jaw-dropping. Colorado was trailing Colorado State by 8. Shedeur took the team 98 yards to tie the game in just 7 plays in 90 seconds. He called it his Tom Brady moment. They went on to win in double overtime. After the
Tom
game,
Brady moment. Shout out to you, Ira.
Legendary.
What's going on with you?
Katie George. He's overcoming a struggling offensive line and putting up some of the best stats in the nation.
Tess, you see the watches, the cars, the glitz and the glamour, but when you strip all of
Who's that kicker for Oregon State? They were clowning him, saying he was 31, married with 2 kids, and he's the kicker for Oregon State. Hey, that man's out there balling at 31, showing you it's never too late.
He's also very self-aware. He told me he has a 100% understanding of Sean Lewis's offense, but in
Yo,
terms
it
of
is so loud there right
he
now.
says he's only at 70%. Can
Wow.
you imagine what this offense will look like when he feels like he's at his best?
And Katie, this is that 40-yard walk that father and son make before every game. They say halfway down it's coach and player, but at that moment right there, it's father and son. A kiss for good luck between Coach Prime and Shedeur. Colorado won the toss. They elect to defer.
Wow.
Loud a setting as you will hear in college football.
So they deferred.
Autzen Stadium, the place to be. The moment to see what Coach Prime can do.
I would have thought they would have wanted the ball first.
The game that has grown to unimaginable height.
Forrest, yeah, man. Without a doubt. Without a doubt, 100%.
Jay Steely, Jay's son, will be kicking off for Colorado. Gary Bryant, and speedy receiver back deep.
Here we go. We have kickoff.
And
Taken
Bryant
from the
will
5.
get the opportunity to start this game, and he spins his way and somehow kept his balance as he gets out towards the 27-yard line. We mentioned the most experienced quarterback in college football is Bo Nix. He started 34 games at Auburn to begin his career. Then he transferred to Oregon. He set the school record for completion percentage a year ago, nearly 72%. And now everywhere you look, it's the strong Heisman promotional campaign. Bodacious, and that is prominent throughout the stands today.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for these Ducks.
Sprint left for Nix.
Nix is going to run out of bounds. That's going to be a loss of a yard.
Well, because of that experience, Joe, the game is just slowing down for Bo Nix. He plays so fast now. He gets dropped back quickly, reads coverage quickly, gets the ball out of his hands quickly. And this Colorado defense has not seen a quarterback like Bo Nix this year, and they certainly haven't seen a guy in total control of his offense the way Nix is.
2nd and 11. Bucky Irving's going to be able to get something big off the left
catch,
side,
big play, 1st down.
This is something Oregon's going to try to do, get the ground game going. Colorado's defense has struggled against the run this year, giving up 195 rushing yards per game.
15 yards for Bucky Irving.
Wins win. I'm on the bandwagon today, bro.
Nix able to go underneath.
Wide open, another big 1st down. The speed that this Ducks team has is absolutely amazing.
He's built a wonderful relationship with Bo Nix.
And Franklin really is an alpha receiver in a size and speed matchup problem at 6'3". And remember, no Travis Hunter at cornerback in this game for Colorado. So if I'm Oregon, I'm trying to get my best receiver the ball early and see if there's anybody that can cover.
1st and 10.
Hunter, the star lockdown cornerback for Colorado, injured last week on a hit that drew a penalty.
Pressure,
Nix
quick throw, another wide open pass.
Back to Franklin, and this Ducks offense is in rhythm.
Wow, they're having a tough time out in this open field.
At corner, trying to cover and
everything's working for him.
Troy Franklin, one of the best receivers in the entire country. That's a matchup that Bo Nix is going to be looking for often in this game.
2 quick receptions for Franklin. Nix gets it to his tight end,
Ferguson, big run after catch, and they are looking at 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Ducks. A penalty is back at the 20-yard line. We'll see if they're going to
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ooh, take it back.
10-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
So the holding
take it back.
Will bring it back for
shout out to you, Purple.
Well, it's going to be Troy Franklin one-on-one out to the left side against Amari and Cooper. This is basically modern-day triple option offense. Zone read with an attachment, get it to the tight end. There's the block right there, just a little bit of a jersey pull right in front of the referee. But, Joe, this matchup between these two guys is critical to the success of each team.
Push them back to the 33.
Now, the running back flanking Bo Nix.
Looks like 31.
1st and 14 after the penalty.
Mages, what up?
Whittington
takes a big hit after he gets about 4 yards on the run.
Interception in the end zone that ended last week's throw or the win against CSU.
You know, it's going to be important that Colorado's defense can at least slow down this rushing attack a little bit, while at the same time being able to play some zone coverage on the back end to prevent
Colorado getting calls early.
Texas Tech,
the first call of the game, Ryan. Calm down.
Oregon. Easier said
My
than
goodness. 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9. Pressure coming quickly, getting it to Johnson. And
Johnson gets a big 1st down. Ball came out at the end, but they marked him down.
So a little 160-pound Tez Johnson able to weave his way through that defense.
Banking on money, it just started. Ducks are moving the ball.
Like a shortstop turning too. You're just getting it out to your
Ducks
guys
are moving the ball.
Possible. You see the right elbow comes down far before the ball is dislodged. Good call there, no fumble.
1st and
14
10.
yards for Johnson and a 1st down for Oregon. Goes back to Ferguson.
Good defense, no gain. That'll be 2nd and 10. Shout out to E. Capone coming through with the $5 super chat. Shout out to you, E. Capone. Thank you for the support, my friend.
Speed of Colorado's defense as well, going sideline to sideline.
Thank you for the $5 donation. Is much, much appreciated. 2nd and 10.
Second and 10. Nix with plenty
Nix
of time.
throws. It's going to be caught.
Underneath again to Tez Johnson.
Pushed out of bounds, just
we haven't seen Bo Nix run
short of the first down, third and 1.
By the goal line. You saw it a ton last season when he had 14 rushing touchdowns, which led all quarterbacks in the FBS. But after this nice completion here to Tez Johnson in the slot, you're in a position third and short. And I think Bo Nix's legs have to be a big factor and weapon for this offense.
Third down and 1 at the Colorado 3-yard
Third
line.
and 1.
10th play of this opening drive.
Can they hold him to a field goal? Hand off, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Ducks. There it is. Ducks strike first. 3-yard touchdown for Noah Whittington.
Great job at tight end. Patrick Herbert right here getting a block on Jordan Dominic and allowing a cutback for Whittington. You've got to be able to set that edge outside. Great job using his hands and leverage. That's a very impressive opening drive by the Ducks.
Extra point is up, and it is good.
With the extra point. Bo Nix, a Heisman candidate. 6 for 6, 59 yards to open up the game.
All right, quick timeout, commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. The Ducks get it going. 10 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Shout out to you guys, 150 in the house, 97 likes. We need 3 more to hit 100. Make sure you're hitting that like, that thumbs up. It is much, much appreciated. We thank you all for rocking with us today. College football is back. Score 7-0, ladies and gentlemen. 7-0 as we get to this timeout commercial break. Ryan is hilarious. 3-yard touchdown, Jacob. 3-yard touchdown. Senzo said, what's your favorite commercial? That's an interesting question. I think the old Budweiser commercials with the horses. Shout out to you guys for getting us over that 100 likes. Let's keep it going. Back to it.
High above the now inside the Clemson zoo.
All right, we'll have to see if Colorado can come down and score as well. Keep this a game. Ducks came out strong.
conversation this week isn't so much about Oregon as it is the doubters. Deion Sanders told me he cannot recall ever being a 21-point underdog in all his years as a player or as a coach until today. He actually loves the fact that the spread is 21, the same iconic number 21 he wore across his chest all those years, Tess.
Yeah,
But he loves it.
The fact that he doesn't underplay the
All right, here we go. First and 10.
He tells his players, look, you want to play in front of 10+ million people? You want the spotlight? Let's see what you do with it.
Here's a guy who loves the spotlight. His quarterback, his son, Shador.
Good snap.
And he's going to complete his
And
first
gets
pass of the game.
Quick pass for about a couple yards. Going to be 2nd and 8.
And he's the real deal. He's completing 79% of his throws. His accuracy is uncanny. He does such a good job getting himself in good position to throw every ball.
2nd and 7. Pick up the pressure.
Deep
take a
throw,
shot downfield,
incomplete.
And that's beyond Weaver to the outside.
And it's amazing that Shador
Daniel
Sanders
says,
is
what's your
putting up
favorite color?
Heisman Trophy numbers behind an offensive line that has been very
You guys are
average.
asking me
Shador
these
Sanders
security
has
questions.
already been sacked 15 times this year. They've got to do a better job protecting him in this one.
He leads the nation in 3rd downs, but this 3rd and 7 is going to be well short as he was looking for
Wow, that's
Jimmy
a
Horn.
quick
Of course, Horn
3 and
had an
out.
amazing 45-yard touchdown
Quick 3 and
catch
out.
a week ago on the 98-yard drive. So a 3 and out for the Buffs.
As it's now 4th and 11.
Mark Bassett has 4 punts of over 50 yards this season. The dangerous Tez Johnson has his heels on the 30, looking to return for Oregon.
Kick is off.
And he came after it. It was an awkward
Bad
knuckler
kick.
that just settles in past midfield. So the Ducks.
Quick shout out to Tech 713 coming through with the $5 super chat donation. Thank you for the $5 Tech 713. Thank you for the support as we take a quick timeout commercial break. Slow start for the Buffaloes as they had a quick 3 and out. They'll punt it back off to Oregon. They'll start with 47, 1st and 10 when we come back after the quick commercial break. Forest Green, we'll see that a bunch today. Well, hey, now, the game just started, my friend. Just started. Let them settle in. This is another huge game. And we've seen what happened in that last game with Colorado State. And that's not to say that they're the Oregons. All right, I get it. But the game just started. And we're on a timeout. Commercial break. You guys want me to put the ticker up? I think I can do that. It's up to you. Rick says it was over before it even started. I want to see if I can go ahead and get see if it makes sense. This can get ugly quick if Colorado doesn't settle down. Yeah, they got to relax. They got to slow things down and play their game.
Bo's older sister Emma. That's how close the families were. Kelly still has in a silver cup on his desk a piece of chocolate the Nixes gave out to announce Bo's arrival. The chocolate reads, "Here he is, Bo Chapman Nix." He still has Emma's piece of chocolate as well. That's a 23-year-old piece of chocolate, you guys.
Isn't that something? Think about that. The closest of family friends on the day that Bo Nix
All right,
was born.
1st and 10.
He was babysitting his older sister, and now he's putting 11 guys on the field to try to take him down. Whittington.
Hand off. Whittington, nice move. Big first down. They're getting chunks of yardage on every play.
Great play call by offensive coordinator Will Stein, because Colorado was bringing the blitz from the left side of the formation, and they decided to go right where there was a lot of green grass.
15 yards for Whittington. Empty look for Bo Nix as they go trips to the near side with Bucky Irving, who they set up the screen for, and Irving was met that time by Trevor Woods.
Yeah, and one thing that Will Stein likes to do, too, is leave running backs on the field but go into empty sets. He's got running backs like Bucky Irving that can run routes, and they'll let them line up, spit them the football, and let them go be athletes in space. One of the things that's really hard about slowing this Ducks offense down.
Really, Daniel?
Offense number 58. 5-yard
When did it say that?
Second down.
Matthew Richards heads up this crew.
This is an Oregon offense that's averaging 58
I haven't had
points a
any,
game. They haven't played the 85 Bears yet this year,
issues.
but they do have a lot of explosive playmakers on the field, whether it's Bucky Irving, Noah Whittington, Troy Franklin, Tez Johnson. Lots of guys in space. If you don't make tackles, they can take it the distance.
2nd and 8. After
Second
the penalty.
and 8.
Will Stein, fine, young offensive coordinator. Here's the swing pass to
Big
Bryant.
throw. Good defensive play.
In space that
And that'll be a
time
loss of
by
a couple.
Cooper.
Great job in the open field making a tackle. If he doesn't make that, then that's going to be a lot of extra yards, and who knows, maybe a touchdown for Oregon. Coach Prime's got to like that. We talked about
John Smith
Amari
says,
and
"Go
Cooper
Oregon."
having to step up into that alpha cornerback role that Travis Hunter normally occupies in games like
3rd
this.
and
It's
10.
not just covering guys downfield, Joe. It's also making tackles in the open field.
And Amari Cooper got an earful from Coach Prime. We were
They
sitting
need to
there in
stop
practice
here.
on Thursday, and now
Good
he's
defensive
responding.
stop.
3rd down and 10. Nix is going to
And
keep
Nix
it.
keeps it.
Nix
Slides. He'll be
ahead,
short.
and he's going to be a
He
couple
will be
yards
short,
of that
so
line
this will
to get
probably
him
lead to a
taken
field
down
goal.
on the 30. So that offense may stay on the field here on 4th and about 2.
They got a big size advantage up front with their offensive line, and they believe in their ability to get some push.
Really?
Bringing on an extra tight end now, and Patrick Herbert. Just get the feeling already down 7-0.
Yeah, I don't see that, Daniel.
Colorado's defense. They need to find a way to get a stop.
Did anybody else see that?
Has to step up.
I'm good, man. I'm good. 4th and 2.
Quick pass to the outside.
And they'll get it. First down.
Gary Bryant
Good block.
patiently waited for that block for just a moment. A transfer from USC, and he's able to move the chains.
Well, that's a great effort by Bryant, because it looked like Cameron Silman-Craig from Colorado was going to be able to make a stop there right at the line of scrimmage. Just good hard running to move the sticks.
Nix is 8 for 8. Irving, as he goes ahead for 9 yards.
Yeah, it's probably a different channel, Daniel, because we're good.
Oregon's
We're good over
offensive
here.
line right now is doing a really nice job getting into the second level of Colorado's defense, getting hats on
2nd and
hats,
2.
and springing these Oregon running backs.
Nix, quick game again to Bryant. As
Another
Bryant
quick throw. Another
will get another first down.
first down.
It's a lot of RPOs, right, from Bo Nix, and that's part of the
What's up, Brian?
experience, is knowing
Shout out to you,
when
bro.
to hand it off and when to spit it out wide, and doing it quickly. We talk about how he's just executing right now and getting through and processing plays so fast. This is a far cry from the guy we saw start his first game
and
back
10.
at Auburn against the Oregon Ducks.
That's
Totally
right.
different player.
Orbit motion from Franklin.
Hand
Irving
off.
Stacked up, trying to break free.
And
Kept his
breaks
somehow,
free.
and
Still
fights his way
going.
to the 5-yard line.
7 yards. on the run.
It looked like Derek McClendon.
Yeah, this looks really easy for Oregon right now.
Able to break this tackle. Look at this. Number 9's got him all wrapped up, and he's able to scoot out. I'll tell you, Bucky Irving is a guy that can fit between very small spaces and creases. You don't need to blow open big holes for him to hurt you. He's a guy that has great vision, and he runs very hard for a guy.
2nd and 3.
And this Colorado defense come up with some sort of a stop. Coach Prime was stressing we have to get off to a strong and fast start.
And off.
Irving.
And Irving's going to lose some yards that time. It'll be 3rd down.
So we go back to it again, Joe. Big moment here. 10-0 is a lot different than 14-0.
Colorado wasn't ready for prime time.
This kind of hostile environment. You got the feeling they had to start fast in this game and try and see some of this momentum to build some confidence. This right here is a massive play.
3rd and 5. You need a big defensive stop right now.
First down at the 2-yard line.
Hold them to a field goal.
Nix, sprint right, looking for an option.
Throws.
To Ferguson, and Ferguson is stacked up.
Good tackle.
Getting help from a friend to get some extra yardage as a flag.
And there's a flag.
Trevor Woods was right on top of it.
Oh boy, here we go.
To the tight end, Terrence Ferguson. We will check on the late flag.
Oregon's trying to go with some little eye candy, trying to roll the pocket out to the right and see if they can get the fast flow from the defense. But how about Trevor Woods staying home?
After the play. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness.
Oh,
defense.
wow. Yeah, you're not going to win playing like that. Not at all.
And that's not starting fast, Joe. That time it's Leonard Payne with the foul. After making a tremendous stop, it looks like you're going to set up the field goal opportunity, and just in late, just extracurricular and
you needed to stop. You got it.
And have the self-inflicted wounds here.
Now we're back at 1st and goal.
1st and goal. Direct snap to Irving. Going off left tackle, and the run fit works as they're able to stop him for just a gain, and another flag is down.
So this may be holding on this flag.
Offside. Defense, number 9. In the neutral zone at the snap. The penalties enforced. Half the distance to the goal. Still 1st down.
Joe, it's the penalties that happen pre-snap and post-snap that drive coaches crazy because it has nothing to do with effort. It's all mental. That time, Derek McClendon lining up offside pre-snap. Between going 3 and out on offense, having a 29-yard punt in special teams, and now these penalties defensively, this is not the start that Coach Prime envisioned.
So 1st and goal, loaded backfield with Bo Nix. Nix, run.
Throws low, but it's caught. Another touchdown for the Ducks.
From the famed football family in Western New York, the nephew of the Bills legend Jim Kelly.
Casey Kelly.
Jones, the right guard's trying to pull the block. Jordan Dominic
nephew of Jim Kelly.
He's going to try to get here. He's a little bit slow getting there, and Bo Nix
Buffaloes might lose by 80.
And make a throw.
Swinging
Come on now.
For Oregon here on the PAT. That's
and
Patrick.
They're going to go for 2.
He's going to take it. That was actually
all right. So now they
who ended up with the
fail on the attempt. 13-0 is your score. 2 minutes 41 seconds left in the first.
So they took the holder and utilized him there. But this is what happened moments ago.
Yeah, great job and individual effort by Bo Nix, fighting off the tackle, finding Casey Kelly for the score, and it's all Ducks early, 14-0, 13-0.
13-0, quick timeout, commercial break. What do we got? 146 viewers, 120 likes. Can we get 30 more? Get that to 150. Make sure you're hitting that that thumbs up. It is much, much appreciated. We thank you all for rocking with us today. Will Scott says, wish Nix did this when he was with Auburn. You suck with him. I remember that, Will Scott. Shout out to you, man. You know, different teams bring out different people. That's how it goes. Different players. Timeout. Rex says horrible 2-point attempt. Yeah, it didn't make any sense. Shout out to you, Eric. Still early, ladies and gentlemen. Still early. But if they're gonna do anything, they have to score now. You gotta score now, without a doubt. Kelly says Bet Hunter is yelling at his TV at home, without a doubt. If the Buffaloes want to stay in this game, you have to come down the field. You got to score now. You got to show some kind of promise. You have to show some kind of fight. Because if they go up by 20 in the first quarter, then there's your spread right there. Spread was 21.5. Ladies and gentlemen, as we get to this quick timeout commercial break. As far as the votes go, 205 votes, 68% for Colorado, still holding it down. Shout out to Stephen Dale. What's up, Stephen? What's going on with you, man? As Eric's keeping us updated with the other teams. I tried putting up the scroll for some reason, but I was having issues with it. So shout out to Eric for holding down the other college game updates. Thanks a lot, Eric.
Is presented by Capital One. What's in your...
We're still getting through these quick commercial breaks. Jerome says, I don't understand going for 2 after that touchdown. I don't either. It's kind of weird, right? Why not just kick the PAT? You go up 14-0. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them later.
The Taco Bell Live Moss student section of the year. You can download the Taco Bell app to learn more.
You know what's interesting about that, Joe? That means that there's more students here present for this home game than there have been in the previous 2 weeks. So a bit of a louder environment here in Autzen Stadium for this big one.
And with a 13-zip lead, they're roaring. It's Camden Lewis.
All right, here we go. Oregon's going to kick it back to Colorado, and we'll see what they do on this drive.
5 for 5 on that drive. He's 11 for 11 to start the game with a quick game paying off.
It's going to be a touchback.
Let's go check in with the studio with Kevin.
It's time now for our All-State Good Hands Player of the Day. Another big Pac-12 game in Salt Lake City. UCLA freshman Dante Moore's first pass bust.
Really good job by the linebacker. Reading the freshman's eyes, he telegraphed the throw. Pick 6 Utes.
Karene Reed.
Utah with the big pick 6.
Still no Cam Rising, but Utah up 7-0. Back to you.
Their star quarterback yet to see action, and they just keep doing their thing.
Oregon doesn't run the ball ever.
It was a 3-and-out on the first series for Shedeur Sanders and the Bucks.
Oh, here we go, Bucks. Quick throw, good defense from these Ducks. They're not letting anything slip through.
Seeing a lot of very quick throws. I think the one place Colorado has an advantage in this game is their receivers versus the Ducks secondary. They've got a lot of game breakers, and Jimmy Horn
Shout out to Gabe Squad.
Weaver. This Oregon defense has not been a great tackling unit so far this year.
2nd and 6.
Shedeur checking at the line. Has a high football IQ. Everybody raves about it. 2nd and 6. He checks to a run to Edwards. Edwards
is going to be
short
against
the middle of that Oregon defense.
Now
it's maybe a yard.
Third down here, and one thing Oregon
Another long
does extremely
third down.
well is Dan Lenny mixes up his third down packages. They have so much variety in looks they can give you here.
3rd and 5.
I've already told you about the struggles that the offensive line of Colorado has had. 3rd down and 5. Pressure on Shedeur.
Quick throw. It's going to be caught. First down. Good play. That's the best play that they've had yet.
Receiver back for Colorado. He's 6'4", 225 pounds.
They just don't have a guy
What up,
like
Benji?
him, Joe, and that's a nice job giving
Oregon by
protection to
41.
Shedeur Sanders to find someone. Of course, we'll
Wow.
have to wait on the flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Ooh.
Defense number 44, high contact.
Tack it on.
Penalty, automatic first down.
Tack it on. We'll see if this is the drive they can score on. They need it. They need it.
You see the protection up front doing a nice job, and it's Tuioti right here late getting that right hand in the face of Shedeur Sanders. So that's going to tack on some extra yardage after a huge completion on 3rd down.
Their first time in Oregon territory today. Gonna take
Deep
a shot
throw.
downfield. And nearly
Incomplete.
Intercepted as he was looking for Weaver, but Kyrie Jackson.
A lot of
had
contact with no
excellent
flags.
coverage.
Second and 10.
Job from the back end. Xavier Weaver is the deep threat for Colorado. He takes the top off of defenses, but look at the 6'3" Alabama transfer. Kyrie Jackson, turn around, locate the football. Shedeur Sanders lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Second and 10. And it is loud.
Second and 10. Shedeur
Backs up.
That was tipped.
Batted
The
down.
line of scrimmage is that
Incomplete.
defensive line
Third
came
and 10.
inching towards Shedeur.
It was Mateo Uyunglele, the true freshman, doing a nice job. Shedeur Sanders is a guy that is going to scramble to throw. He's always trying to buy himself time.
Shields is ready to relax. Just got done with my granddaughter's 18th birthday party. Ready for some football. Shout out to you, Sheila. Happy birthday to the granddaughter. Here we go, third and 10. Quick throw, it's caught.
And staying in front of Weaver, they're able to secure him after just a gain of 3.5 yards.
There's an example of what Oregon does on third down. It looks like they've got 6 guys up on the line of scrimmage, and they're going to be blitzing everybody. At the very last second, they drop a guy out, and that's the guy who ends up making the tackle on the receiver tunnel screen.
So what do you do here? Yeah, they're going to go on and punt.
Bassett on to punt. Tez Johnson is going to put his heels on the 10-yard line.
Off.
Colorado's looking to pin, and he calls for the fair catch.
They'll take it at the 10.
Tess Jesse,
57 seconds left
penalties, a close
in the first quarter.
Missed tackles. Deion Sanders went over to the defensive bench, reminding guys about the little details, wrapping up, getting guys to the ground. Not the defensive start he would have liked to see from his team so far.
Especially these defensive backs. Can you imagine having Deion Sanders coaching you?
Greatest of all time. Greatest of all time as your coach. The standard that he sets here on this team is so high.
For you, somewhat relatable because Steve Spurrier was Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, was your head coach.
I would throw an incompletion, and Coach Spurrier would look at me and say, well, you can't complete that? I'm like, you could complete that. You won the Heisman Trophy. You played in the NFL for 10-something years.
Bo Nix.
Nix has time. Throw is incomplete.
As he was looking for the 6'3" Trayshawn Holden. And
Second and
that's
10.
the first incompletion of the afternoon for Bo Nix.
He's been dialed in. We've seen a lot of short throws so far in this game. He continues to go after Amari and Cooper. You cannot overstate the impact of not having Travis Hunter on the field in the secondary for Colorado. Bo Nix trying to take advantage of these throws into the boundary against Cooper.
What up, Ernie? What's going on with you, man?
Whittington.
And off. Whittington. He's going to get wrapped
down
up.
the line by the Colorado
Loss of a
defense.
yard.
As the final seconds.
And this possession
of
looks
the
a little
first quarter
different.
Will tick down. Ducks had a very strong start. Long drives. A 10-play drive with Whittington capping it. Then Nix made that excellent play to Kelly. 13-zip. Top 10 Oregon. ESPN College Football, presented by Capital One, returns after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
All right, quick timeout commercial break as we get to the end of the first quarter. Oregon Ducks up 13-0. Okay. Brady, what up, man? What's going on with you today? A little Saturday college. Rick says, bless their hearts. Duck season around the corner. Forrest says, be nice, Sheila. You guys are funny. All right, so quick timeout, commercial break into the first quarter. For the faithful watchers of the channel, here's what's interesting. I'm not sure if the suppression is over, but right now I'm still in the search. So tomorrow we'll see what happens. Because, you know, maybe because it's not an NFL thing, right? Right? It wouldn't be like this is an NFL channel and they wouldn't have anything against this channel, right? That's been doing this for 3 years. We'll see. But right now I'm still in the search for the college game. We'll see tomorrow if we're dealing with any suppression. We shall see. Shout out to Eric. Says Illinois State won. Let's go. Rick says, I believe a well-coached team will win. Well, right now, the Ducks are definitely the well-oiled machine. Shout out to Oregon. But they have been making some mistakes here on this possession, so we'll see what happens if this Colorado defense can step up.
Road, good year, more driven. Jesse, I just turned to you in commercial break. I said I think all the hype with Colorado has made Oregon super focused to come out and have the strong start that they produce.
Yeah, Joe, I agree. I think normally when a team comes to play Oregon in Autzen Stadium, all eyes are on
so
the
it'll be
Ducks,
3rd and 12.
That's not the case today. And I think the Ducks
they're at
took
the
that
Oregon
personally.
9. Shout out to Sarah Bollinger.
His second
What's going on with you, Sarah? How you doing today? Hope you're enjoying your Saturday.
As the DC at Georgia. Now, a 3rd down and 12. Bo Nix. 11-12 passing to start the game as Whittington comes into the backfield. Chance for the Colorado defense. Nix with time.
Nix throws. It'll be caught.
He goes to Franklin.
And good defense, but there's a flag down.
4 yards short of the line to gain as Cooper and Woods converge on the tackle.
I think they're going to get a hold on an Oregon receiver. I think it was Trayshawn Holden out on the outside.
So there's
Coach
a flag.
Brown says, hey, we're going to decline that. We want that ball. They only had 9 plays of offense at Colorado in that first quarter. Oregon had 136 total yards to Colorado's 19.
Pass interference. Offense.
Oh,
Penalties decline. The result of the play is a 4th down.
So here's an opportunity for the Buffs to have very
Much
good
love,
field
Sarah.
position.
And that was big, Joe. Right before
Sarah,
that
you've been
snap
here before. I've
in
said
the
your name
break,
before.
Coach Prime was out on the field
Come on
trying
now.
to motivate and hype his defense up to come up with a play. That is a huge stop right now, getting an opportunity to give the football back to Shedeur Sanders here somewhere around midfield to create some momentum.
Jimmy Horn's the return man, and he's at the other 40. It's the first punt for Ross James. And they are going to fake it. And it is going to work out. Would you look at this?
What a fake.
That was from their own 17-yard line as they fake it with Casey Rogers, the big 300-pound defensive tackle. Dan Lanning pulls that out. Now, Casey Rogers was an
Yeah, you're not going to win if you can't stop those. That was ridiculous.
So the big man can run.
Look at this. Everybody
It was a direct snap. You don't see. Oh, my goodness.
Just eye candy on offense, eye candy on special teams. Great selling job by the punter, like it went over his head. And how about the big fella rumbling?
Well, first and 10.
18 yards to 300-pounder. Nix now looking to wind it up and then has to tuck it. But Jesse, to go with a fake punt. Listen, you're the favorite team. You're the top 10 team playing. I hope you're up by 13 points. And Dan Lanning says, hey, we got some big-time juice in us.
Yeah, I think it sends a very clear message to your team that you've got confidence in them. And again, Joe, we talk about the edge Dan Lanning and Oregon may have come into this game with, feeling a little bit disrespected. And right now, they are dominating in all three phases.
Look at Casey Rogers over on the sideline.
Shout out to Michelle.
All the hair flowing, everybody slapping.
Big run, first down.
Takes it past midfield. Shiloh Sanders.
They got to try to punch out this ball. I don't see any attempts at the ball, but there's a flag. This may come back for a hold.
Flag down here, but you see him right here, 65 roll out, gets a block on a DB. That's not a lot of fun.
Holding. Offense number 3. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Second down.
That's the tight end Ferguson who was flagged.
Joe, penalties have been a massive problem for Oregon early this year. 25 in the first 3 games. That ranks 118th in the nation. That's something that Dan Lanning and his coaching staff have got to get worked out.
4 penalties for 40 yards today.
Second and 13
after the penalty. Nix going to swing it to Irving. And Bucky is met and brace the tackle.
Oh my. They have to wrap up. If you're not going to wrap up, why are you out there?
Jay didn't wrap him, and
yeah, Jeff, this is bad, man. This is real bad, Jeff.
Kennedy, too, at linebacker. You just got to get hats.
Missing tackles.
22. Just not a good enough effort. And Katie was telling us earlier, that's what Coach Prime was telling his guys on the sidelines.
Third and 4.
You've got to just do the fundamental things better to have a shot.
So he gets 9 yards back, and it makes a 3rd and 4. And our pre-snap penalty.
Shout out to Furious Storm for the $2 super chat. As there's a false start in the offense.
That's Connerly, the left tackle, Jeff.
Shout out to you, Furious. Thank you for the support, my friend.
It would be phenomenal.
Thank you for the donation.
For Colorado defensively on a 3rd down situation, obvious passing situation, you got to try to build a fence around Bo Nix.
Whoop, my bad. Nichols late to the
party.
party.
About him being one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the country. You can't give him any lanes to run through or give him an opportunity to extend the play. Pass rush here is huge.
3rd down and 9.
3rd and 9.
Nix
Pressure, quick throw, caught, easy first down.
Franklin.
There's a flag.
At the end of that play as Franklin gets enough for the first down. Probably a face mask at the end of this play to Troy Franklin.
That's going to be on Travis J. Nice job of Franklin underneath on the drag route, catching it and getting north right away, splitting the defenders.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 4. 15-yard penalty be added to the end of the play. Automatic first down.
Complete dismantling of Colorado right now.
On 3rd down, you're going to have Franklin coming from this side, and Travis J is going to converge. He's over here to make a tackle, and just got the hand up in the face. That extra yards and that insult to injury, converting that first down.
Great punt, couple completions, a penalty, and all of a sudden they're at the Colorado 38. Nix plays.
Pressure. Nix goes down. That's a big sack.
That was Jordan Dominic with the big, much-needed sack.
That's a big play. That is a big play.
And this time he doesn't just beat a tackle over here. He's going to try to get him. The running back's going to try to get him. But Dominic has tremendous get-off. Does a great job using the hands to slap
That'll push him back to the 49.
There's the closing speed. That is huge for this Colorado defense. They haven't been great rushing the passer this year, but playing on the road against a quarterback that dangerous like Bo Nix, it's a big-time play.
And it makes for a 2nd and 21.
Handoff. And he'll get every one of those back and more. First down. Ducks. Is he copying me? He said what I said word for word. Are you kidding me?
You know, after getting a sack and creating a negative play,
I need to get paid more money.
very next snap, you get
He said everything that I said.
And again, guys missing tackles.
Quickly getting it to
Big hit.
Holden.
2 yards on the run.
Holden taken down at the 21-yard line.
That was a big-time hit by Shiloh Sanders. He's been a star on this Colorado defense. Last week against Colorado State, huge pick six. Also created a forced fumble. Great job there, coming downhill with bad intentions.
He was the Pac-12
Second and
Defensive
7.
Player of the Week for that effort last week against CSU. 2nd and 7.
Shout out to you, Rick. He definitely did. Like
Whittington taken down from behind.
He'll be just short.
It was well blocked, but then Amari McNeil was able to drag him down.
This is an area of the field where Troy Franklin, number 11.
Dolly, yeah, exactly, right? I know I'm not tripping. I definitely said everything before he said it.
Here one-on-one.
3rd and 2, Nix to the end zone.
End zone. That's a touchdown.
To the arms of Troy Franklin.
Troy Franklin for 16 yards.
The big man started it all. Casey Rogers with the fake punt, and then Bo Nix, who has been red hot, caps that drive.
He's a 6'3" receiver running a fade.
Ryan Allen coming through with the $1 super chat. Shout out to you, Brian. Thank you for the $1 donation.
This year, and on an island one-on-one. He's no match for Franklin. That is
Franklin
one
gets
of
the
best
touchdown,
receivers in the
and they're going to
entire
go for
country,
2.
a guy that everybody's expecting to have a big season after leading the conference
Going
last
to go
year,
for 2.
9 receiving touchdowns.
You see that.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Shout out to you,
Formation
man.
here on the 2-point conversion. Nix goes to the other side
And they get it.
To Franklin.
They get it. 21-0. Talk about covering the spread.
Contending quarterback in Bo Nix.
There it is. Shout out to Bob. What up, Bob? What's going on with you, man? DiCenzo says emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Now he's at Oregon.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
As Franklin hauls it in from Bo Nix. And it is all Ducks early on a day when the world came to see what Coach Prime had left in the tank with these Bucks.
Quick timeout commercial break. It's not looking good. It is not looking good. Timeout. Commercial break. Shout out to Josh Hawkins. What's up, man? What's going on with you, bro? 9 minutes, 39 seconds left in the second quarter. B&W says Colorado is trash. JC Prize, what up, man? What's going on with you? As we get through this timeout commercial break, score is 21-0. Ducks holding it down. Right, Jeff? I think I'd pay a little money just to hear what he's saying in that locker room. You're the most hyped team right now, and you're down 21-0? I can only imagine.
Jesse, only one play of 20 or more yards.
Just methodical, right? High level of execution right now for the Ducks offense.
You got the sense just listening to Dan Lanning pregame.
Rooted in substance, not flash. Rooted in substance. Today, we talk with our pads. You talk with your helmet, right? Every moment. The Cinderella story is over, man. Right? They're fighting for clicks. We're fighting for wins.
Ooh, I like it.
Right? There's a difference.
He talking dirty. I like it.
In Hollywood, it's going to be played on the grass. Right? It's going to be played on the grass. Let's go.
That's how you get your team ready.
Rooted in substance was the theme from Coach Lanning. Hankerson not finding much pursuit down the line as he was taken down by Bryce Betcher.
They've got to be able to just run the ball a little bit. You see Dan Lanning there. I'd say that got his players' attention, and they responded in all three phases of the game. They're trying to make a point to the country right now.
Empty set for Shador.
Wow.
As time before that happens, eventually it closed
Big
down, and it
sack.
was the transfer from the SEC.
And this is looking
doing
tough.
damage out west, Jordan Birch.
For my bettors out there, Colorado is plus 3,000 right now. Yeah, I would have to say it is not looking good.
Tackle right into the lap of Shador Sanders.
And that leads them with a 3rd and 18. And a crowd cascading with a roar in his face. Backed up again. This offensive line is such a struggle, and diving.
Picked off.
At an interception on the sideline.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's tremendous pursuit that time by the true freshman Blake Purchase, forcing Shador Sanders out to his right.
It's an incomplete pass. It was Jamal Hill who was trying to see if he could get to that ball. So it's the second 3 and out.
Look at the effort here on the end. Stretching out Hill. Just going down, not able to come away with the interception. But what a start by the Oregon Ducks.
Already the 3rd punt for Mark Bassett. Tez Johnson, the return man, is back at the other 40. So that play clock coming down.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
And again, the kind of penalties that will drive
4th and
a coaching
23.
staff
Prime
crazy.
is not happy.
You have to execute.
He is not happy.
Now you're asking a lot of your big punter to turn this ball, drive it downfield against the speedy Tez Johnson, who's just beyond midfield.
Justin, give me 50 grand on Colorado at plus 3,000. Woof.
And over in, fielded at the 45, downs right away.
Let's just say it did happen.
Touchdown lead. What did Prime say about that magical number 21? That's what the Ducks are
Let's
saying
just say
right
it
now.
did happen. Plus 3,000 on 50K. Wow. Quick timeout, commercial break. It's plus 4,000 now. It was like 2 million? 2 million. Yeah. What? It like makes no sense. $2 million off 50K if they win. Just imagine, though, it did happen. That was nuts. 50,000 on the Buffaloes right now, and they come back and win. That's $2 million. Could Colorado even score a touchdown this game? It's a good question. I'm assuming if they do, it's going to be defense. Maybe the defense gets a lucky pick or something, or a fumble. Yeah. The odds just moved up to plus 6,500. So now if you bet 50,000, it'd be $3.2 million. That is insane. 3.2 million if you had 50K to bet. But let's say you did 5,000, right? People got 5,000, right? 300,000 off $5,000.
Coach out there on the field for us.
Yeah, Bo Nix looks like the guy that has started 51 career games. He's just making a lot of really good decisions in this one really quickly. You can hand it off, or you can pull it, spit it out in the flat to Franklin for a big gainer. Down in the red zone, we can go QB draw, or spit it out to my tight end, Casey Kelly, and then one-on-one, my best receiver in the red zone on third down and giving him an opportunity. 16 of 17 so far throwing the football. Bo Nix has simply been lights out.
Most experienced active quarterback in college football, 50 career starts.
It's another thrown touchdown, Will Scott.
Whittington, not much there, just a yard and a half as Shane Coates makes the tackle.
What up, Jonas?
Picks up a yard to the 44.
Guys, check
Bob
this
says,
out.
do it,
Players
Jay.
are wearing
Bob, you do it. You got it, man.
Changing Nike Vapor Edge KF.
You got
dunks.
5K.
So the cleats change colors.
Throw
based
it on them
thermal
Buffaloes
activity,
real quick.
Body temperature, sunlight. Longtime equipment manager Kenny Farr came up with the idea. Dan Lanning says he loves the concept because he can tell who's working hard based on the colors changing on the field.
Exactly. Can't get away.
Picked off.
Interception.
I just called it. I said the defense may make a play, a crazy play. He got picked off.
That is the first Oregon turnover of the season.
We talked about Bo Nix making good decisions. I like the matchup he had outside one-on-one. He needed to put this way down the field and give his receiver to run under it. Instead, it's the Alabama transfer Robinson coming off of a hamstring injury, doing a great job locating the ball, and there is a massive takeaway. Something Colorado has been so good at all year, leading the nation with 10 coming into the season. The defensive coordinator,
they score on this.
loving that.
Of course, he was at Alabama as
That
well.
6,500 look interesting.
Shador trying to quickly get it to the outside to Weaver, and he does successfully on first down. First interception thrown by Bo Nix this year.
Yeah, that was a small window to throw that.
Gary,
there.
nah, man,
Shador
just this
Sanders
one.
doing a nice
Just
job
this one.
with the location of the throw, keeping it away from Nico Reed.
2nd and 4.
They're going for it all. Deep pass,
Shoulder
broken up,
that is
incomplete.
It was denied.
2nd and 4.
Kyrie Jackson.
Denied.
I tell you, Kyrie Jackson came to play today. We saw him with a big play earlier in this game on a go route. This time, doing a nice job just turning his head. So many times you see cornerbacks, they have no idea where the ball is. They're sort of flailing.
So you're saying there's a
Creates
chance.
pass interference. He's been playing clean, and on an island, he's been winning all game long.
They are 1 for 4 of third down, so we'll see if they get this one. We going to Sizzlers, Jeff. We're going to Sizzlers.
Down and 4. Pick up the A-gap pressure.
Another quick throw. That's going to be caught. First down.
Harrison, who hauls it in.
First down, Buffalo. Okay, they converted on third.
At the end of regulation last week, had the game-time 2-point conversion, and in overtime, both of their touchdowns.
Yeah, he's a guy that has to step up for this offense with no Travis Hunter out there.
Here's tempo. Sanders tackled, sacked. As they came in hard on him.
Well, that's a coverage sack on the back end. Nowhere for Sanders to go with the football. It's Brandon Dorless, pick number 3. A 290
wow, he had the middle.
Man, he's athletic. He can play defensive.
He gets sacked, goes down.
Tackle, and the coverage is what allowed Oregon to get home.
They got to score.
They
have to score.
Lineman. He's their guy up front. He's come up
2nd
with
and 17
already this year, especially against Texas Tech in that thriller. 2nd and 17.
You have to put points on the board before halftime.
Shador backing up again, taken down again, and this offensive line gives way.
Well, it's going to be Evan Williams at safety coming in on a blitz, and running back Anthony Hankerson just can't handle him. It's a great dial-up by Tosh Lupoy, the defensive coordinator, coming from the left side. That's not an easy block. When
defense is given opportunities. This offense just can't get it together, man.
Another sack for this Oregon defense.
Evan Williams charging in. Running back couldn't pick him up. So it's the 3rd sack for Oregon, the 2nd of this drive alone. And on 3rd and 33, they'll just give it to Hankerson. You talked about this offensive line and some of the struggles. Listen, they got big guys in terms of height out at the tackles, but it's tough to bend. And then in pass protection with the running backs, you get all the exotic looks from
4th and 21.
Dan Lanning.
It's an uphill battle in this one because Colorado's small on the inside of that offensive line, so you don't feel great running it against a more physical front like Oregon. And then pass pro has been an issue that Colorado has had all season long, really regardless of who they've been playing.
Fake punt? Why not, right?
Time. Came after him, able to get it away. Johnson outside the numbers, runs it down. 5 minutes to halftime. It has been all Oregon all day.
Well, you know, like I said, if they can get another defensive stop, come down and score, make it a game. 3-score game now. 21-0, 5 minutes, 40 seconds left in the second quarter. They need the defense to step up. They get a stop, score, hey. Make some adjustments for the second half. Still a long game. But if Oregon scores again, then, yeah, we're having a different conversation. Quick timeout commercial break. 5 minutes, 2 seconds left in this second quarter. Hawkins. I was just riding the bandwagon, man. I really ain't have a dog in this fight because I already knew what was going on Oregon. Villanova 1. Tiglish first down sack. Second sack. Third crying. Who's the best coach? Norvell. I'm thinking Notre Dame, Robert, on that one. Yeah, Notre Dame. As we get to this quick commercial break.
5G keeping fans connected as we take a look at our multi-view, which is showcasing a bunch of great games. Kansas BYU tied at 14 over on ESPN. Miami in control on ESPN.
Shout out to E. Capone coming through with the $5 super chat.
Joe Milton with a big touchdown run up.
So maybe Vegas might pull something off. I don't know. You might have to get on the phone.
Jesse and Kate,
you got to get on the phone. Somebody's got to hit Vegas up like, yo.
The reaction of Florida State Clemson as well.
What's happening?
Jordan James breaking tackles and going ahead for yet
big
another
first down
for Oregon. He's their most physical runner, and I think you could easily argue that the running back group is the deepest position on Oregon's offense. Irving, Whittington, and James can all do a lot of the same things, and to have fresh legs wearing a defense down, especially one like Colorado that hasn't been great stopping the run, that's a tall ask to slow these guys down.
Nix gets it to him now on the outside. Jordan James again, this time was dragged out of bounds by Trevor Woods.
Maybe Vegas might pull something off for Colorado.
Oregon got the ball first in the game, so they're going to try and march the field here and try to tack on some more points before going into halftime. They've been hitting on all cylinders in this game. Offensively, a 10, 11, and 13 play touchdown drive. Colorado just hasn't had the answer until that interception on the last drive.
2nd and 5. Hand off.
Hitting the hole. And then trying to lunge ahead for the sticks. Maybe just about a football length short as Jawan Mitchell, who's been well-traveled, was able to make the tackle.
Well, you see that tough running by James there. He's 205 pounds and a guy that can kind of break through arm tackles, push the pile, and always fall forward. James was a Georgia commit and then flipped when Dan Lanning came here to Oregon, and he's found a nice home for himself here. You know, he leads the conference in rushing touchdowns with 5 heading into this game.
Yeah, he was the only Georgia commit who flipped when Lanning came over, and he's having success with the Ducks. Was a first down.
First and 10.
James stays in as the back. And they will feed him, and here he goes. Jordan James able to cut and spin, and another chunk play in the run game for the Ducks as he makes it to the 36.
Jackson Powers Johnson, the center, doing a nice job getting into the second level and getting a hat on a linebacker. Little misdirection, eye candy, but it doesn't matter. When you get your big 330-pound offensive lineman into the second level against smaller linebackers, you can't stop the run.
Another first down.
It has been one-sided. 272 yards Oregon for 19 for Colorado. We'll take a quick break. Timeout thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, there's literally just barely any offense for Colorado right now. They're getting beat up on both sides of the field. Scores 21-0, 2 minutes, 59 seconds left in this second quarter. As far as the votes go, still got some believers in the house. 266 votes, 63% for Colorado. As we take a timeout. Corey says, bruh, this ain't fair right now. It is not. Rez Travis Hunter's now. He's not in. Deion's already preparing his press conference speech. It was already wrote up. What do you mean? It was already done. The way that this game is going. Shedeur can't stay in the pocket. He needs to be a running quarterback. Yeah, they don't really have much of a run game right now either. The new Chick-fil-A sandwich, I want to try it.
At halftime on this big day of college football, Knicks strong arms it, and with these, Troy Franklin into the end zone. A 36-yard touchdown strike.
36 yards. Troy Franklin. Another Ducks touchdown. This reminds me of the TCU game last year with the Dogs. Remember that one, y'all? That was ridiculous.
Troy Franklin, who was such a huge recruit in 21. Everybody thought he was going to be a breakout star as a freshman. And then the very last practice before the season opener, he was injured, took him a while to get going. Now you can't stop him.
It was a coverage bust on the back end by Colorado. Oregon's going to run their slot receiver on a corner route here, and you're going to see one defender go with it. Trevor Woods is the safety, and there's no one in the middle of the field to cover Troy Franklin. It's a coverage bust on the back end at the safety position, and that is just way too easy. Pitch and catch for Bo Nix and his favorite target.
You know, Jesse, Bo says that.
Shout out to you, Sheila. I got to grab lunch.
Yeah, he's fast, explosive. He's got good hands.
I'm starving.
Nick says it's Franklin's
well,
releases
dinner.
and
It's
his
dinner
routes
time
that are
now.
probably the best thing that he does. And then when you add that with his mind and his creativity, he's really unstoppable. And Bo says they have deep intellectual conversations about looks and what they want to do to carve up defenses. It's just such a really strong partnership, and it shows up every single Saturday.
Yeah, it's a great point, Katie.
Someone check on Mad Dog Russo.
As sudden as Troy Franklin is, and those releases
28-0
helps him create separation and using his top end speed. And you can tell Bo Nix and Troy Franklin have spent a lot of time in the off season and throughout the week in practice getting on the same page, because their chemistry right now looks unstoppable.
Well, he's targeted him 7 times. Next closest guy is 3. And by the way, it's produced 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tonight at 7:30 right here on ABC, it is number 3 Texas taking on Baylor. Yes, number 3 is in the highest ranking for the Horns since 2009.
Really?
Yeah.
They're rolling. Coach Sark, he's got it going. And Quinn Ewers, I'll tell you, when he's good, he is really good. There are a lot of people really high on them with Xavier Worthy and Sanders at tight end, all the weapons that Quinn Ewers can throw to. But if that guy brings his A game to the park week in, week out, to start calling plays, that is a tough offense to stop.
There's Jordan Birch, and there's his target, Shedeur Sanders. Was only 7 of 12 for 37 yards, been sacked 3 times. Edwards out of the backfield. Edwards, the star freshman.
Kelly says this game is over, Jay.
Notre Dame and then flipped, said, I got to play for
Yeah,
Coach
this is bad.
Well, here's the problem. If you're Colorado right now, you know
I gotta get dinner
downfield, but how are you going to get that protected? How are you going to give Shedeur Sanders time when the offensive line has been struggling as much as they've had? That is a big question for offensive coordinator Sean Lewis to try to figure out here, because that has to be the biggest adjustment they make in the second half.
Empty look, and quickly getting it to Weaver, who turns the corner, couldn't keep his balance as he was taken down that time by Dante Manning.
But for a lot of this season, the offensive line has really been neutralizing some of the talent they have at wide receiver. Sean Lewis trying to find ways to get his best players, Weaver and Horn and Edwards, involved in the passing game, but it's hard when you can't block for your quarterback.
Empty look. Shador, shallow cross. He goes back to Weaver. And Weaver was tracked down.
I got to say, one thing I've been impressed with Oregon defensively, they are tackling the catch. These are dangerous dudes once they have the ball in their hands. But Oregon's defense on the back end has done a really good job of limiting the damage.
2nd and 6. Again, just going to the quick game. That is off the hands of Jimmy Horn.
Now it sets up another big 3rd down. There's a big substitution for Oregon coming on the field. Pass rush specialist Blake Purchase, the true freshman, takes it. And here we go. Autzen Stadium. One of the
3rd and
wildest
6
environments in college football.
Third and 6, 4-man rush. Shador spins out of it. Another man in his face and sacked again. That's the 4th time. And Tatum Tuioti with the sack. The true freshman takes down Shador Sanders.
I mean, Jared Christian Lichtenhand just has to do a better job at the left tackle position. He's just giving up way too much ground to Blake Purchase coming off the edge. We just talked about him as a true freshman coming on the field. But out here, you've got to kick out. I mean, you just can't let him take a straight beeline down the median and get to the quarterback. You've got to create
4
separation
sacks
between him and the QB. And
yeah, this is not good.
You see Oregon's defense is
not
really
good at all.
Just that one play, but the left tackle spot that time is Jordan Birch getting the sack. When they try to go to the RPO game, they're not able to hold up in the middle with Brandon Dorless. We've seen the safety blitz be able to get home. All in all, 4 sacks on the day given up by Colorado. And Tess, it doesn't matter how good your quarterback is. It doesn't matter how dynamic your wide receivers or running backs are. If you can't get guys blocked, all of that is neutralized.
4th and 21, another punt coming up.
Pass it on for the 5th time to punt for the Bucks.
He said it so depressingly, too.
And this guy's out of bounds. And a quick word from Cheez-It for you.
Shout out to you, Forrest. He's like, yeah, Jay, it's great. Let's go.
RG3's it. See you next time. All right, hey, who changed my name to RG3's it?
Me? It's a great combo. Like college football and Cheez-It. You like?
You better believe it.
And how will college football fans feel?
They're going to be feeling the Cheez-It.
Well, Coach Brime has said it time and again. Do you believe? Do you believe? Jess, listen, I believe in the man. I believe in where this program's going, his ability to be a motivator, to be a mastermind football coach. But I don't think anybody's believing in that offensive line right now.
Not right now. Also, I think you just have to question just how much emotionally did Colorado have left in the tank coming into this game.
Bo Nix, after a timeout was used as he goes right back to Troy Franklin.
I mean, think about it, Joe. They've been in the spotlight, Colorado has, for the first 3 weeks. And that game and win against Colorado State was physically draining. It was emotionally draining. Coming in here without your best player, Travis Hunter.
Nix is on fire. He can't miss. Tez Johnson. And coverage is soft. Pockets are open. And Nix is carving them up.
He's just wide open. There's nobody lining up against Johnson in the slot. I mean, we saw the touchdown pass to Franklin on the last drive on the coverage bust. And there's another one by the Buffaloes.
Minute to play in this first half. Nix goes underneath. As he's right
just
back to
every
Johnson.
Pass is big.
This looks like
chunks,
a really good offense.
easy plays.
Yes, it does.
Colorado looks like a high school team versus a solid D1 right now.
One of the best offenses in the country with a Heisman contending quarterback and with running backs who can do this, whether it's Irving, who you see there, Whittington, or James.
This is an offense that is going to give a lot of defenses major headaches in the Pac-12. And Charles Collier right now, he's got his hands full.
Quick to the outside, and again it's Franklin. Franklin makes a move as he works his way to the 10-yard line. Troy Franklin, that's 8 catches now.
Yeah, you got to be smart. Sorry, Joe. Knowing the clock and the situation in 2 minutes, getting out of bounds on the boundary there. You've got timeouts in your back pocket. Dan Lanning is going to use one here, but It's a situation they practice often, trying to preserve as much time as you can to see if you can steal another touchdown and take this thing 35-0 into half.
We have more college football on ESPN Plus tonight. Florida is in action, facing Charlotte. Sam Houston takes on Houston. Both those games at 7 Eastern. You can go to ESPNplus.com or download the ESPN app.
Cruel and unusual. Mercy rule.
Oh, wasn't it?
You know that doesn't
big win
exist.
for Billy Napier, and ETN at running back having a huge day. It's going to be critical for the Gators this season.
I think there are going to be people that look at this stat line and say, oh, the magic ran out, and question some of the things you saw the last 3 weeks. Folks, just point to that offensive line. Shador Sanders, who has been masterful in spite of the offensive line struggles. He came in #2 in the country in passing yards, in touchdown passes, and completion percentage. But there are legit edge rushers on Oregon, and not just that you brought up. How much comes at him? It has been a struggle. Then on the other side of Shador, you have Bo Nix, who, as we said, like having a coach on the field, distributing the ball, sharp as could be. He's 22 of 24 and could add to it right here.
He's got another one-on-one up here with Amarian Cooper, his best receiver.
He's going to run it.
Nix runs. That's a touchdown. Oh, my goodness.
And then showcase the smarts with the leg. As his mom and dad, Krista and Patrick, look on. It's been a near flawless first half for Oregon.
We talked about this earlier. Would Will Stein start letting number 10 run a little bit more in the red zone like we saw last year under then offensive coordinator Kenny Dillingham, and dialed up a beautiful play at a critical juncture. This offensive line's been impressive for Oregon, and they're doing a nice job getting into the second level. Dave Iuli, the left guard, is able to work his way up and get a hat on a linebacker, and that kind of created the crease right there for Bo Nix to use his speed.
Throw the towel. Throw the towel.
Mom and dad say, wow, this is something now. Scoring 14 points in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. That Heisman campaign, the bodacious campaign. Billboards everywhere. We're going to have tired arms from the Duck. Already 35 points with 12 seconds before halftime.
This is quite the stage for Bo Nix, isn't it? Because you and I both know in the Heisman Trophy, a lot of that is the stage you have and voters at home getting an opportunity to watch. With all the attention and the spotlight of college football on this game, provided a
Why do they
massive
keep
platform,
playing
and
this
Bo
stupid
Nix
song?
is
I
taking
hate it.
advantage. 22 of 24, 3 passing touchdowns.
The song is terrible.
And that rushing touchdown now. He's been amazing.
Talks about this school as being a place that has changed his life, that gave him an opportunity to be himself. Remember, he was down at Auburn.
Will Scott said this is sad. Yeah.
Great.
35-0.
Spotlight of you're playing here because your dad played.
It's not fun at all.
But he is in the spotlight of the yellow and green and starring today. This season, for every field goal and extra point made by participating universities, Allstate will make a contribution to the university's general scholarship fund. We thank Allstate for that. The bodacious campaign, billboards in New York,
standing gate
Dallas, but yet he keeps it in perspective. Anytime he's asked about the bodacious Heisman campaign, he says he's just grateful and it's all about the team. Dan Lanning gave us incredible access pregame, telling his team right before they came out, this is rooted in substance.
Shout out to Christopher Malthus for subscribing. Thanks a lot, Christopher. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I mean, this is tough.
There's a lot to be impressed by. What impressed you most?
Not done yet. We were composed. We executed at a really high level, but not done yet. We're not satisfied.
Christopher says, first time Colorado has faced a team that is good. It was just a matter of time, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Bo's an elite quarterback. Hopefully the nation sees that today.
You know, and when you get hyped up like that,
not done yet. We're not satisfied.
That's just how it goes.
That's a scary thought.
You better come with your A game, and if you don't,
Nix has 3
you're going to get ran
passes.
over.
Nix has a rushing touchdown. The State Farm halftime report is still to come after these messages and a word from our ABC state.
All right, so there it is, ladies and gentlemen, 35-0, and we're at halftime. Yeah. I got to grab some food, get something to eat, and we'll regroup for the second half. Timeout, commercial break.
advantage in first downs. Total yards, 378 to 21, and quarterback Bo Nix a big reason why.
I think one of the things that kind of got lost in the prime effect intrigue building into this game was the fact that Oregon's got a really good quarterback. Right. His name's Bo Nix. He's the most experienced in the game right now. He made his 51st start here today, and he looks like it. He's making phenomenal decisions in this game. When to run it, when to throw it, in the red zone, on third down, critical down and distances, making very good decisions very, very quickly. He has been picking Colorado's defense apart. 22 of 24. When he's playing good, this offense is virtually impossible to stop, and as a result right now, tremendous balance offensively, 8 yards of play. And just look, Joe, what Bo Nix is doing versus what Colorado's entire offense has been able to do this entire first half.
Yeah, has the 1 rushing touchdown included in the 4 total, 3 passing, 1 rushing. He's 22 of 24 passing. It's interesting to hear from head coach Dan Lanning just before half, saying we're not done, we're not satisfied. It felt like Colorado was getting all the shine.
Touch Jesse coming out of the locker room. Deion Sanders said, look, we're going to see what we're made of. Situations like this make you hold one another accountable. That's players and coaches. He said one play is not going to put 35 points up on the board. But he said, yeah, I want to see the possession, time of possession improve. Colorado's had the ball 9 minutes to Oregon's 20. He also said Shedeur has to take what the defense gives him and be quicker with decisions. And I don't know what sense you guys got, but standing next to Dan Lanning going into half, this man has taken this personal.
Absolutely, Katie. There's no doubt about it. He didn't offer it up during the week the way other head coaches opposite Coach Prime have. But just before kickoff, he definitely let his team know. Flag is down.
False start. Offense number 87. 5-yard penalty. First down.
I think if you're Coach Prime right now, you're just looking for positives to build off of offensively. At this point, you're right. What Katie just said, no touchdowns worth 35 points. You just got to get a completion. You just need to get a first down and start to work your way back in and try to build some momentum.
Shedeur against a 4-man rush, and he does get it quickly out to Weaver, who cuts back against the grain and does a nice job of making the most of that.
And I think that's what they're going to have to do. I don't think Shedeur Sanders can hold the football. I don't think this offensive line can protect for him. So it's going to come down to guys like Weaver and Jimmy Horn Jr. to just make something happen after they have the ball and after the catch.
Play action on 2nd and 4, and a man right in his face again. That's Jamal Hill, and a flag comes in late as the linebacker Hill was tearing down Sanders.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense number 18. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
That's Mace Funa, the other edge linebacker.
Well, they're bringing a linebacker right up the middle, and they're asking their tight end, Michael Harrison, to pull and get him. He's just too slow, and at this point here, Oregon's just got to let up. Kind of letting Colorado off the hook early, and maybe that's something, a little thing like that kind of sparks a little bit of life into Colorado to keep this drive going.
Gives him a first down. Sanders still trying to survive, even sprinting right. He's looking to turn the corner and then just run out of bounds.
Well, Joe, I just think offensive coordinator Sean Lewis is digging deep into his playbook now, just trying to find ways to create opportunities for Shedeur Sanders to throw downfield. That time moving the launch point and getting him away from back under center. But you're seeing the athleticism and the speed of this Oregon front seven. They're very deep. They can roll in fresh legs. They have done an outstanding job recruiting in that department, and it's given Colorado fits.
Here they come off the top against the left tackle and getting it quickly out into Antonio is Shedeur Sanders.
But that's big. Again, just a little slant throw, right? You get 7-8 yards. Now, third down is manageable. And I got to imagine for Coach Prime, you're going for it on every fourth down at this point, especially near midfield. But quick throws, and with these targets they have outside, they can make good things happen.
Third down and 3. Wilkerson out of the backfield. That'll give the Buffs a first down, depending on the flag. That is all the way back at the 40-yard line. Had a busy day with the officiating, haven't we?
Personal foul. Hands in the face. Offense number 55. 15-yard penalty. Third down.
Dan Wells is the center who was out injured last week. They had to play a true freshman at center last week.
It was right in the middle of the field. They called it on Wells, the center, and there's going to be kind of a stunt coming from his left-hand side. You'll see him work the D-tackle, then come back over. They called that on the center, Van Wells. I think they meant to call that on Jack Bailey,
that's right,
the left guard.
Sean Lewis, play caller, has got to figure something out with this offensive line situation as Wilkerson takes it straight ahead on what was 3rd and 18.
There's just not a lot of play calls for 3rd in California. That's what my old offensive coordinator Sean Payton used to call that. And they've been living dangerously through the first 3 games of the year. They've had a lot of 3rd and long situations. And somehow Shedeur Sanders has been able to pull the rabbit out of the hat more often than not. But in a game like this, against this kind of talent, easily the best defense they've seen all year. Playing on the road with the crowd noise, just not easy to do.
You got to wonder, what is the answer? How do you deal with it as the season continues when you've got such a weakness with this offensive line? Johnson backed up inside the 10, and he chooses to return it and makes a good decision doing so out to the 23-yard line. Well, Dan Lanning said, we're not done yet. Let's see what this Oregon team still has. Up 35-0. He says we're not satisfied.
The Venture X car.
Whittington takes it ahead for the Ducks.
Big hit by Juwan Mitchell, who's really had an impact on this Colorado defense. He missed their first game against TCU, and ever since he's been back in the lineup, they've had a more aggressive, more physical approach, harder to run up the middle up until today. But he's a guy, he's one of the few players on this defense, Joe, that look like they could play for Oregon's defense, honestly.
2nd and 7. Whittington, he catches the seam, and it'll be another first down for Oregon, eventually taken down by Trevor Woods.
You've seen this over and over again. Oregon pulling offensive linemen. This time it's the right guard and the right tackle, and they just split Colorado right up the middle. That time it was Jordan Dominic who wasn't able to make the tackle, and it's another explosive play on the ground.
Cornelius with a great block, and there is the slant on the in-cut by Holden, the transfer from Alabama. And Bo Nix continues his hot hand. In fact, now, today, he makes history as he is the first player in college football history with over 55 touchdowns at multiple schools. Had the great career at Auburn, and now this sensational, all the statistical superlatives at Oregon.
He played 3 years at Oregon. He's only played basically a season and 3.5 games at Oregon. It just shows you just how good he's been these last 2 seasons.
Nix, plenty of time to do that. Trayshawn Holden wide open.
It's a nice design by Will Stein, the offensive coordinator. He's got his outside 2 receivers running clear out routes, and that allows the Alabama transfer Holden to work the boundary on the corner, and just another clean pocket, lots of time, and too easy of a throw.
Nix going to loft it downfield to the end zone. Nearly tremendous effort by Troy Franklin. He was matched up with Cooper.
I think they're going to get Cooper here for pass interference down the boundary. Just too much hand fighting outside. Never turned around to locate the football.
Pass interference. Defense number 3. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
I can't tell you, Joe. You just wonder how much different this game would look if Travis Hunter were on the field for Colorado. Not saying they'd be winning at all, but Troy Franklin has been eating these Colorado corners alive on the outside. Right there, Amari and Cooper, just no shot against the 6'3" Franklin.
Of course, Travis Hunter, who's the ultimate Ironman, the two-way superstar defensive back and wide receiver. He suffered an injury, took a brutal late hit last week against Colorado State. Whittington can't find much. Down the line was Juwan Mitchell, the linebacker with the tackle. He's had a roller coaster college football career as Mitchell. This is now his 4th stop. And you see limping off is Whittington. He's writhing in pain getting down to the ground on the Oregon sideline. That's a long day for Shador. How do you process this as a quarterback when you just have one of these days that feels completely hopeless, Jesse?
Well, these are going to happen throughout your career. There's no question about that. And you just take it one play at a time. And at this point, his leadership will be big here in the second half. Keep these guys going.
We'll take a short break. Come right back to Eugene.
This is going to sound strange. I've been
Tonight, it's all about the burnt orange. Number 3 Texas taking on Baylor, 7:30 Eastern on ABC. Oregon band has had a lot to boom about today. Bo Nix with 255 yards, 4 total touchdowns, only 2 incompletions on 27 passes thrown, and could be adding to it right here. Jordan James comes in at running back as they shift the big heavy group of tight ends over to the left side. 13 personnel in for the Ducks. 35-zip. James probing the middle and trying to take Juwan Mitchell with him, but coming up just short of that goal line.
Man, that was a big-time collision right at the line of scrimmage. Juwan Mitchell, who we were talking about on the last drive, and that physicality that he brings to this defense, that was a big-time hit on Jordan James. Easily the most physical runner for the Oregon Ducks. That's an example for your Coach Prime, seeing your guys compete too.
That's at a certain point, that is the scoreboard.
I mean, the fact that Juwan Mitchell is playing that hard at this point with his back against the wall, something Coach Prime's going to take account of.
Nix, quick strike, almost had it to Franklin again, but it goes incomplete. But to your point, forget the scoreboard. Competition, effort, and staying focused is what the score becomes for Colorado.
Dan Lanning told Katie heading into halftime, we're not done yet, and up 35-0, 4th and goal.
Wow.
I don't see the kicker coming on the field.
That was only the 3rd incompletion for Bo Nix today. Jordan James is in there, that big heavy group of tight ends in there. It is 4th and goal, and Dan Lanning is saying, no, we want more. James, and they get more. Remember what he said to Katie George. We are not satisfied. We are not done. Katie turned to us. She said, is he taking this personal? All the hype around Colorado? All the spotlight on Colorado? When Oregon is the team with that 10 next to their name and with college football playoff hopes, they're 3 for 3 on 4th down today. Jordan James with the 1-yard touchdown run. He gave us unprecedented access pregame. He said, yeah, you can listen to what I'm going to say to the Ducks. Here's more.
Rooted in substance, not flash. Rooted in substance. Today, we talk with our pads. You talk with your helmet, right? Every moment. The Cinderella story is over, man. Right? They're fighting for clicks. We're fighting for wins. There's a difference, right? There's a difference. Right? This game ain't going to be played in Hollywood. It's going to be played on the grass. Right? It's going to be played on the grass. Right? And we got the strength in this room. Right? It's not about what we're walking into. It's about what we're walking in with. Connection in this room. Connection. 60 minutes or as long as it takes. Does that all mean something to you? Does that all mean something to you? Let's go.
Joe, I think the best thing Dan Lanning did all week was he never said that in front of a microphone. Colorado's been so good this year at taking what other coaches say and using it as fuel for their fire. You saw that against Nebraska, Colorado State. Dan Lanning kept all of that internal, and man, he lit a fire under his team today.
He said the Cinderella story is over. That was one of the questions that so many of the national sports pundits were asking this week. Would there be more to this magical ride with Colorado? And Lanning just declared it to his team before they came out. He went for it on 4th down to add more to it. 42-0.
And total domination, Joe.
You see, look at the total yards here.
And
439 to 30.
In any metric, they're running the ball better. They're stopping the run better. They're protecting their quarterback better. They're getting after the opposing quarterback better. They're better on third down. They're better on fourth down. They faked a punt and came up with it. I mean, any metric you want, this is just, it's two different teams.
You just referenced the fake punt. That may have been the thing that was the statement of the day. They were at their own 17. A fake punt, giving the ball to his 305-pound defensive lineman who was playing shield. Shador able to get it to Edwards, and Edwards is wrapped up
again
and taken out of bounds.
Another example of Oregon tackling the catch. And Dylan Edwards is hard to tackle in a phone booth.
Yes.
I mean, he's 5'9", 170. Ask TCU about him. Ask Colorado State about him. Not easy, but this Oregon secondary, Kyrie Jackson, all these guys out in space in the open grass, they have been phenomenal in coverage, but even better tackle.
Edwards gets the call here, makes it out to the 30-yard line. But to your point, this guy's a game breaker, Dylan Edwards, a true freshman. Had the 75-yard screen pass touchdown against TCU. Had a 46-yard touchdown catch and sideline run with just about 4 minutes to play. He's a dynamic player, and he's been bottled up today.
Yeah, he's not great in pass protection. And here he is on third down. They don't release him on a route. Shador doesn't get him to him quickly. Watch out.
3rd and 6. He got run over. From the outside, from the inside, Evan Williams again. Little Dylan Edwards couldn't hold up. It didn't matter. It was coming for Shador Sanders.
You've got a 170-pound running back taking on a 290-pound defensive end. It's just not good game planning on that third down. You've got to have another running back that can give you a shot. Dylan Edwards is great with the football in his hand, but he doesn't have a chance against a guy that was just playing at South Carolina in the SEC at D-line.
How is this going to change, Jesse? I mean, that's the question I have. You got to go max protect constantly now? I mean, this is a substantial weakness on this roster, this offensive line. And now you're in the midst of Pac-12 play? There's a muff as Johnson then picks it up and is taken down. We will see if Dan Lanning keeps his word that they want more. It's 42-0.
spent some time in the tent on the sidelines, but ultimately he was carted off to the locker room to take some x-rays, and I got to tell you, he looked extremely dejected on the back of that cart.
Certainly hoping the best for Noah Whittington. That's a big loss for Dan Lanning because he's probably their fastest running back. He is a huge weapon in this Ducks offense.
Bucky Irving is in the backfield with Bo Nix. And he is taken down hard after just a gain of 2 yards. As Levante Bentley, the second man to get in there after Cooper.
And again, just going back now, if you're Coach Prime and Charles Kelly down this much, you want to see who loves football and who loves to compete. Who's not taking their foot off of the gas. And you find out a lot about who you've got in that locker room in moments like this.
There's Kelly, worked under Nick Saban, now working under Coach Prime. How about that for a duo? Oh, look at face mask. You kidding me? That was Jordan Dominic who just ripped Bo Nix down by the face mask, and you can hear the cascade of boos from Austin Stadium.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 44. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
I don't think he intended to do this by any stretch. You know, you do have to keep your composure now, obviously down this much as the game gets on. That's just a very easy call there for the center judge. You know, and it kind of makes you wonder, too, if you're Dan Lanning at this point up 42-0, how much longer do you want Bo Nix in the game? Because you cannot afford to have him get injured.
After the penalty, he's going to quickly get it to Ferguson, his big tight end. Ferguson, nicknamed T-Ferg, is good sized, good speed. Trevor Woods with the tackle.
They got so many dudes on this offense, don't they, Taz?
They really do, yeah. I mean, they're deep. They're deep at tight end. They got speedsters at running back, at wide receiver.
You know, we talk about how much Colorado is struggling on offense. It kind of makes you wonder the pressure on Oregon's offensive line, right? To have to play well, because when you have all these tools and all these weapons, when the O-line plays well, these guys get the ball in their hands. They go out and get yards.
Bucky Irving. He goes right underneath Juwan Mitchell before it's cleaned up by Shiloh Sanders.
Fantastic job again by Oregon. They've been using this counter play where they pull the front side guard and tackle. You get a kick out block, one climbs into the second level, and there goes Bucky Irving in the open field taking a massive shot.
I guess Dan Lanning was serious when he said, we're not satisfied, we want more. You know, as a defensive guy, too, he wants that 0 to stay on the board. Nix, quick pass, gets it to Holden. Holden with a good block out in front and then puts a shoulder on Shiloh. And it's going to be 1st and goal, Ducks.
Yeah, they've just been the more physical football team in this one, really in all facets on both sides of the ball. But Trayshawn Holden, that's a man. He's 6'3", 215 pounds. And we know that Shiloh Sanders is a guy that loves to come downhill with bad intentions. But, man, some big receivers lining up outside for the Ducks. And Colorado has 8 guys in the box right now. Every DB is out on an island. And Oregon may still try to just run this in.
1st and goal. Irving tackled just beyond the line of scrimmage by Juwan Mitchell. A year ago we saw him at Tennessee. Started his career at Texas. Had a cup of coffee at Arizona State before being dismissed from the team, and now playing for Coach Prime.
This is something, you know, that's demoralizing for a defense. When you load the box knowing the opposition is going to run the football and you still can't stop them.
Trevor Woods, Juwan Mitchell looking over at Charles Kelly. Been a long afternoon for that defensive unit. 2nd and goal for Oregon. To the end zone, and could have been another one. He was looking for Kyle Casper. Kyler Casper's a redshirt freshman who's 6'6".
Yeah. Their first game of the year, they've thrown him a couple of fade routes down by the goal line to take advantage of that size. This is a little bit of a wrinkle now, running him on a slant, ball just thrown behind a little bit. That's one Bo Nix would love to have back.
Here's your 3rd and goal. Goes underneath to Bucky. And Bucky's met at the 5-yard line. And then something extra at the end. Dan Lanning went for it on 4th down before.
Well, he's holding true to his promise. He wasn't satisfied.
That's what he said to Katie George, and they were up big. They're 35-0. He said, we're not satisfied. We want more.
He said, I hope everybody that tuned in to watch this game keeps watching in the second half.
4th and goal, up 42-zip, and he wants to add to it. Nix looking for an option, trailing back. Flag is down, as that is incomplete. Holden was the intended target.
Johnny Cornelius at right tackle with the hold.
Holding. Offense number 66. That penalty declined. The result of the play is our turnover on downs. It'll be Colorado's ball, 1st and 10.
Jesse, are you curious to see the post-game handshake between Dan Lanning and Coach Prime?
Yes, I am.
I am too.
A lot of intensity coming into this one.
And Dan Lanning was very complimentary and respectful to Coach Prime coming in. He says you have to be a fool not to recognize the results that Coach Prime has created on a team that did not have success before. So Colorado takes over on the turnover on downs. Hankerson able to give them some breathing room.
You haven't seen that all day. You really haven't seen that too much this season, is Colorado being able to just run the football between the tackles. And it's not like they've got to go off for 200 yards a game on the ground, but you've got to do things to slow down the opposing pass rush.
2nd and 3. Hankerson goes ahead again, hard running on 2 straight runs as he gets the 1st down. Jackson with the tackle.
You do get the feeling, though, Joe, that I think Colorado players kind of got the message at halftime that these coaches are watching and they want to see the effort and they want to see how they compete. We've seen a couple of examples of that here in the second half from the Buffaloes.
Here's Shador. Hankerson picks up the rush. Shador's going to tuck and run and scoot out of bounds, and another flag is down. This looks like it could be holding. It's all the way back at the 11.
Yeah, it was Devin Jackson coming in on the blitz, and that time Anthony Hankerson having problems in pass protection. We just saw Dylan Edwards struggle the last time out, so they bring in their best pass pro guy, the number 9 Hankerson, and he couldn't do it clean, which caused the penalty.
Shador, downfield strike, and that was batted away. The pass defended by Kyrie Jackson. Javon Antonio was the 6'4" intended target.
I think you could make an argument that Kyrie Jackson's been the MVP of this game defensively for Oregon. He has been on an island one-on-one with a variety of receivers for Colorado, and he's been winning these one-on-one balls. Here he's going up against a 6'4" receiver, but again, you see him, he gets the head turned around and locates it. There's a little bit of hand fighting, but referees aren't going to call PI when they see the effort like that from the corner.
There's an inside screen to Weaver. That had no chance at all. Popo Amavai had the tackle, the big defensive tackle.
They're happy to get Amavai back on the field. Missed last year due to injury. Year before that, he was a first-team all-conference performer. He is athletic, and he's a guy that can collapse the pocket and make life very difficult for opposing quarterbacks.
Now Lanning wants more. This crowd wants more. They're still roaring on 3rd downs. Shador on 3rd and 15 gets the strike, and Weaver rewards him with the first down.
It's a great job settling into his zone, and nice anticipation on the throw by Sanders, getting it to his receiver early here. Hitch, get it out, and when you get it to him quickly, there's more separation between the receiver and the DBs.
Hankerson, he's been fed. Stiff arm bounce to the outside before he is ridden down by Jamal Hill.
Tell you, when you watch Oregon defensively, I always compare to Georgia's defense in 2021, arguably the best ever. That was coached by Dan Lanning. And one thing that shows up for Oregon is they've got a lot of speed at linebacker. Dudes that can go sideline to sideline. Not a lot of running backs that run away from them.
Flag was thrown right near midfield.
Defense is legally based on the substitution.
You know what the defense has been able to do statistically? 73 total yards for Colorado. Second and 5. Shador constantly floating back and is able to get the first down. And another flag as Antonio had the catch. We'll check on the flag.
It's hard to play the position when you can't step into throws. That time is right guard Beebe in his lap. Right tackle Washington struggling.
Pass interference. Offense number 84. 15-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
It's Cole Basha working over the middle of the field. He kind of ran a pick on Jamal Hill. The referees called that as interference.
Final seconds here of the third quarter. Bo Nix has led the way with 3 touchdown passes and a touchdown run. 42-0. Oregon spelling a shutout. ESPN College Football presented by Capital One returns after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Sack by Oregon. 7.
And it's Casey Rogers who had the fake punt early in the game. He is just walking the center Van Wells right back into the pocket into Shedeur Sanders' lap. It's been that kind of day all day. It's really been that kind of season for Shedeur Sanders so far behind this offensive line. But Oregon starters still out on the field, and they are not letting up.
Big Casey Rogers, the 300-pounder who had the fake punt run for 18 yards. Dylan Edwards kept his balance past midfield.
But Joe, what you said a moment ago, you're right. Oregon knew a lot of people would be tuning into this because of the prime effect. They're reminding people, by the way, we won 10 games a year ago. We've got a Heisman Trophy contender at quarterback.
False start. Offense number 65. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
And they're a team that has to be taken seriously. They're very good. And they're a team that has their sights set on reaching the college football playoff. And they felt disrespected coming into this game because they felt they were getting none of the attention publicly.
Colorado 11 penalties for 102 yards. They're up 42-0, and this crowd is roaring on third down as if it's the first third down of the game. And now, with Colorado having to use a timeout, they cheer that on. That tells you everything you need to know as to what's going down here at Austin. crowd is still roaring. They want that shutout. Defensive line was stemming there. See if the officials have something to say.
Call consecutive timeouts.
They called consecutive timeouts.
It's a new rule. You can't do that.
Can't do it.
One of the 3 big rule changes coming into the 2023 season was you cannot call timeouts on consecutive plays. During the same dead ball period, you can't call those timeouts back to back.
Third down and 8. Shador with a man in his face that was deflected at the line of scrimmage as Harrison still made a play on it, but it was incomplete.
It's Brandon Dorless, who just swam 2 Colorado offensive linemen on the same play. If you can imagine that. Here's a guy that's 290 pounds that was so athletic. He can play outside, so swim the tackle, swim the center, swim the guard, get home. Brandon Dorless has a pass rush specialist he works with in Atlanta, and he has a private D-line coach he works with in L.A.
Wow.
Describe what Marcellus Wallace looks like.
People now can go get pass rush specialists. Whoever the guy that Brandon Dorless is hiring, it's obviously working.
Bryant lets it go over his head and takes a good pinup for Colorado. You up for the Aflac trivia question?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's do this.
All
Here's
right.
the Aflac trivia question. Obviously, the focus today has been all things Prime. Amazing player back in the day. Drafted 5th overall in 1989 by the Falcons. Who was the #1 draft pick that year when Prime was #5 overall? Who went first?
So I'm thinking back to being a kid and having, rookie cards. And that was a pretty good draft class. And I'm going to guess the guy has ties both to the Pac-12 and to the state of Texas.
And maybe to our company.
And maybe to our company as well. May have one day been a teammate of Deion Sanders.
Ty Thompson is in at quarterback. And as Jordan James takes it ahead. The Aflac trivia answer. Who was that #1 pick? Well, it's the guy that's going to be analyzing the Eagles and the Bucks on Monday Night Football at 7:15 right here on ABC. Troy Aikman.
He was pretty good. Think of some of the other names though in that draft.
Fire him off.
Remember, go.
You
know him.
Well, hold on. Let me take out my trusty 1989 draft guide. This is Ty Thompson. Ty Thompson himself was a big, highly touted recruit. Oh, by the way, speaking of Monday Night Football, there are actually 2 Monday night games. We told you what's going on with Eagles and Bucks. That's on ABC and ESPN+. And then Rams-Bengals, 8 o'clock on ESPN.
Magic continued for Tampa. Baker Mayfield finding their leader. He stepped up and played well, but what'll it look like against that Eagles defense? Jalen Hurts, man.
Jordan James takes it ahead. Well, you were asking the 1989 draft. Well, the 1988 Heisman Trophy winner went 3rd overall to Detroit. He was a pretty decent running back out of Oklahoma State.
Barry Sanders.
That's right. And then the late, great Derek Thomas.
Wow.
Was coming out of Alabama, went to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And then a famous cover of Sports Illustrated with a guy that looked like he would make Hulk Hogan look small back in the late 80s. The Packers offensive tackle out of Michigan State.
Tony Mandrich.
Excellent by you. Excellent. That's bonus Aflac trivia points for you, my friend.
Just saying a lot of head coaches and GMs got it right that draft class, outside of Mandrich.
Kenyon Sadiq, the true freshman tight end there.
Here's another guy that I think you're going to see a lot more of if you're an Oregon fan. Kenyon Sadiq, very, very athletic. Easily their fastest tight end. And a guy that I think as this year goes on can work his way into the lineup more, stretching defenses vertically, and another toy for offensive coordinator Will Stein to get the ball to.
They ran in jet motion.
Potential targeting.
They're going to take a look at targeting here. But Sadiq, they've run him in jet motion, giving the ball like it's Brock Bowers.
Well, that's the new thing now in college football. You get really good athletes playing the tight end spot and handing it off to them, jet sweeps, screens. Things that Troy Aikman was never even conceiving back in the day when he was the first pick of the draft.
Well, they're looking at targeting here.
So targeting again needs to be forcible contact to the head or neck area, or forcible contact initiated with the crown of the helmet.
Yeah, making contact with the crown of the helmet, no matter where it is. is a form of targeting. Let's bring in Matt Austin and hear what Matt has to say, our rules expert.
Yeah, it does look like 31 comes in. He definitely lowers his head. It's like kind of a glancing blow with the crown of the helmet. But here's the thing: this rule is to protect 31 as much as it is the player getting hit, because you can have catastrophic injuries if you come in with your head like that.
And number 31 is the backup safety for Colorado, Jaden Milner-Jones. So that is what they are reviewing, as he came in with the hit on Kenyon Sadiq. You know, sit back. They're going to confirm this. The rule on the field being no targeting is the word we're getting. But you sit back and...
After further review, the contact was legal. There is no targeting on the play. First down.
As I was going to say, you sit back and you take a big picture look at Colorado, because we all got so granular in the last couple weeks of being in the weeds with each and every thrilling moment, and then all the drama late night, last Saturday night, past midnight. And you got to pull back and think big picture, right? Where this program was, of all the turnover. I mean, this is a team that had a roster overhaul of 69 new scholarship players. If you said 4 games in, you're going to be 3-1, you'd be like, wow, amazing.
No doubt.
Wow, can you believe that? This is Jaden Lamar, who is the 4th-string running back. Remember, Noah Whittington went out injured in this game. We've seen a lot of Bucky Irving, a lot of Jordan James, and now Jaden Lamar getting playing time.
Well, I think for Colorado, you know, obviously a talent standpoint, top to bottom on the roster, after that extreme overhaul, taking over a team that is averaging 15 points a game offensively and giving up 44 a game defensively, that was a tall ask. And they've got some of the pieces to win games, but when you play a team like Oregon, with the talent they have and the depth that they have, you know, the holes really start to show in your roster.
False start. Offense number 52. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
And Jesse, you talk about this offensive line of Colorado have been focused on, and Lincoln Riley and USC must be sitting back right now and saying, okay, we got it. Understand the assignment.
Well, I mean, you start 3-0, but then 6 of your next 9 games are against ranked opponents, including today. And now you got to go back-to-back, and probably, you know, the most important 2-game stretch of their season, and you don't have your most dynamic player, Travis Hunter, on the field this week. They're certainly hoping they can get him back sooner than later.
This is Ty Thompson, the backup quarterback. Ty Thompson, by the way, I mentioned was a 5-star freshman. He was the backup to Anthony Brown back in 2021 when Brown was the starter. He probably assumed, understanding his physical gifts and his recruitment, that he would be the eventual starter, and then Bo Nix comes in. But I give Ty Thompson credit. In a day and age of nonstop transferring of quarterbacks looking for playing time, he stuck it out.
He stuck it out. I think he realizes his best opportunity is here in Oregon, and I've been really impressed with him. He's had some struggles early in his career, but through the first couple of games this season, looks very, very confident and is playing fast.
3rd and 8. Thompson scrambling, tucking, getting to the corner, and going out. It'll be 4th down.
Thompson on the keeper. Ross James in punt formation.
Going to be an interesting day watching film back tomorrow and the next day for Coach Prime.
There's going to be some, I think, real conversations happening in the locker room after this game, on the flight home. You saw practice this week and the intensity. I think that's going to ratchet up even more for Colorado.
A little bit of that conversation. Talk about a connection with the other coach as well, with Dan Lanning on the other side. It's Jimmy Horn, who decides to return it from inside the 5 and then steps out to 7. But we'll tell you about a certain connection that's very special as Dan Lanning when we return. 42-0 Oregon, as you're watching the Dr. Pepper Championship Drive Game of the Week.
Foundation, bringing the college football community together during Extra Yard for Teachers Week to celebrate and honor great teachers. Since its inception, the CFP Foundation has recognized over 500,000 educators. For more, follow CFP Extra Yard. And long before Dan Lanning climbed the college football coaching ranks, he was a PE teacher at Union Chapel Elementary in Kansas City with Jeannie Henning, who taught kindergarten. Henning is there in the stands this afternoon to support Coach Lanning. She said she always admired how spirited and passionate Lanning was teaching his students, and boy, have we seen that passion today. She's loved following his coaching career. She's attended a game when Lanning was at Georgia, and now she's made her way out to Eugene, Tess.
Isn't that so great? They invited her to be out here for this. We have had far too many penalty flags.
False start. Offense number 78. The penalties enforced half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
Aerial coverage today is brought to you by Goodyear, celebrating the challenge of road games everywhere. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear, more driven. A unique scene as fans start to leave Autzen Stadium. McCaskill is driven back.
Joe, to put it into perspective, for the kind of day it's been for Colorado, they almost have as many penalty yards as they have total yards on offense.
105 penalty yards, 109 total yards. 105 penalty yards Colorado has been assessed. 109 total yards.
We're watching all these people leave over the Willamette River, and still you look around this stadium, so many people, though, are still here.
2nd and 12 as Antonio takes it for a first down. That's what the big body can give you at 225 pounds.
You just saw Alton McCaskill at running back a few plays ago, too, the transfer from Houston. They need some more bodies, as you just mentioned, Joe, to step up and make plays. And they think that McCaskill at running back and Antonio at receiver can sort of correspond with Horn and Weaver to be more dynamic for Sean Lewis.
Quickly out to Tavarish Dawson. Dawson had a huge play on that dramatic 98-yard game-tying touchdown drive last week, and an 18-yard catch for a critical first down. Shador on 2nd down, trying to play to the wire and get something out of it. Deep shot, and that ball is incomplete. Looked like Jimmy Horn had it right in his pocket, but then unable to secure it as it popped out right at the end.
Well, Jimmy Horn's in the middle of the field. He's splitting two defenders. It's the safety Stevens who's there trying to break it up, who's just able to get his hands in to make it a no catch. Great individual effort.
3rd and 5. Oregon seeking the shutout. Crowd wanting that goose egg next to Colorado's name. So they're still roaring on 3rd downs, even though the game's been out of control, got sideways early. Shador, he's going to launch it again. Well overthrown, and another flag comes in.
It's going to be holding on Dante Manning. He just grabbed the shoulder pad of Weaver down the boundary.
Holding. Defense number 8. 10-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Reminder, the next games up include Texas and Baylor right here on ABC at 7:30 Eastern.
Quinn Ewers, he's got to play at a high level week in, week out. Looked so good a few weeks ago against Alabama. Really struggled early in that game against Wyoming last week. If he plays his A game week in, week out, man, Texas, that's the team to look out for in the Big 12.
I'm looking forward to seeing how they look tonight against a team that often plays up for them. We got a table where we can see that game. We got a screen, hopefully,
with some Willamette Valley, Oregon Pinot Noir. Yeah, we do.
That sounds excellent.
I know. And then we got Michael Penix Jr. in Washington.
Oh, I'm all in.
Coming out after that. Speaking about a guy who likes to push the football down the field.
May have to switch bottles and vintage then to something in Washington. A nice cab blend, perhaps a passing time, a bottle of passing time.
Okay.
2nd and 5. Shador. He's just going to go ahead and get it past midfield.
You know, and you obviously have to be happy if you're Tosh LaPoy, Oregon's defensive coordinator, and Dan Lanning, seeing the performance of your defense, putting up the goose egg so far. But you look at their schedule down the road, there are a lot of really good quarterbacks on the slate they're going to face. Obviously saw a great one in Shedeur Sanders here today. But this isn't the end of it.
McCaskill takes it ahead. Jesse mentioned the fact he was a superstar freshman at Houston, tore the ACL. Now he's back.
I mean, so look at this. I mean, you're going to be playing Caleb Williams, you know, down here, and you got to play Cam Ward up here, and then you got to play Cam Rising, and there's just a lot of guys. Michael Penix is on that list as well. This defense for Oregon that struggled at times a year ago, they're really going to have to be able to step up. And they're, you know, their next major test,
well, that's going to be so good.
Against the guy that very well might be the front runner for the Heisman Trophy right now, putting up video game numbers, and Michael Penix Jr.
Do you think there'll be a few NFL scouts at that game?
Yeah, one or two decision makers.
Dan Lanning, he set the tone. His words did that, and his team has delivered. 3rd and 2, McCaskill. That'll be a first down for Colorado. Boy, this place is roaring, and that little one is sleeping. How does that happen?
They're scoring him to sleep, Joe.
They're scoring.
Just like
it's a scoring lullaby.
A rocking.
Sanders on the inside throw as he goes to Dawson. Listen, you want to finish right through if you're Colorado. You want to show something. You want to get on that board. Prime knows there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work to do in just managing the program, retooling the roster, but week by week, you got to put a brick in the foundation.
I think you're seeing the same thing, though, from Oregon as well right now. Dan Lanning is still coaching hard on the sidelines for the Oregon Ducks. He's trying to maintain this shutout and really drive the point home. I'm talking to Katie at the end of the first half. You saw the intensity. We saw it in the locker room and his message to his team. He's not going to stop coaching until there's zeros on the clock.
Will there be a zero next to Colorado's name? That is the question right now for Shedeur Sanders. Across the field to the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for Dawson.
It's been very hard for Shedeur Sanders to just find a rhythm, throwing at this time working to his left. He's able to get his shoulder turned around, but his ball kind of sails on him. You don't see that happen very, very often. Really nice job there by Nico Reed. The Colorado transfer, knocking that one away.
That's right. Started 13 games at CU and led them in interceptions a year ago. Now playing opposite. 4th and 4. Shedeur got to have it quickly to the outside and gets it with Weaver and Moore as he cuts back before being taken down. It'll be 1st and goal, Colorado.
Dan Lanning was running down the sideline trying to get a timeout called. He couldn't get it, and there's Weaver. This is what we talked about with their speed. You see here he's on the sideline. He's trying to get a call in. He's not going to get it. Timeout. No, it's too late. Weaver's already gotten the first.
And I'm sure there are people who are saying, what is going on with the level of intensity being played when this game is 42-0? It's because of what Dan Lanning said and what he wants and what he declared to his team opposite that superstar, Coach Prime. This has been played with intensity throughout, even though it has been lopsided throughout. Shedeur Sanders looking and finding Harrison. So you can forget the shutout. Colorado shows a little something late. You would have had to go back to 2012 against Arizona. That was the last time Oregon had a shutout against a Pac-12 school, and they won't get it today.
Well, Shedeur Sanders actually faked the pitch the wrong way. Kavasier Smoke's going that way, and they're going to get Harrison sneak back across the other way. But you see, Shedeur kind of fake pitches to the left where nobody is. He's forced to get rid of that thing early, and finally Colorado gets on the board. And that's something, you know, showing this coaching staff that they're willing to keep fighting and keep competing until the very end.
That is blocked. The extra point attempt by Alejandro Mata is blocked. But Michael Harrison, who last week just capped all the drama late against Colorado State, had the 18-yard touchdown catch in the second overtime, the go-ahead. He gets the lone touchdown for the Buffs here. We'll take a break, but when we come back, an interesting connection, a Katie connection to this Oregon staff.
Being the best takes hard work.
Dowdell in at running back as he gets the carry and spins ahead to the 29. Tomorrow on NFL Sunday Countdown, a look at the Jets' frustrations. They try to end their losing streak to the Patriots. And Bijan Robinson, how he got his start by breaking items around his grandmother's house. That's 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. I can imagine the Palmer house was pretty rough back in the day with the three of you.
A lot of men. You know, Dad played pro football. There was me, my younger, bigger brothers, Billy and Christian. You know, it was controlled chaos. It was like herding cats, Joe.
It was. There's Will Stein, who replaced Kenny Dillingham, who took the ASU job. He's a new play caller for Oregon, and his offense has been sensational today. Katie?
Tessa, I've known Will Stein since I was 5 years old. He and my brother are best friends. They were in each other's weddings. He and I overlapped as student athletes at the University of Louisville, where he played quarterback. Here's a picture of us when I was a little girl. I had my mom really go back through the boxes of pictures for the archives, but it's just been so much fun seeing Will just shoot up the college coaching ranks. He's certainly a great fit here in Eugene. Dan Lanning said he wanted somebody who was going to come in and be able to stick to Oregon's offensive identity, but also bring his own wrinkles. Williams clearly been able to do that here today.
I love that photo of all the kids growing up back in Louisville.
I like the photo of Katie grabbing the za.
Oh, yeah.
Went right for the pizza, right in front of the camera. Let's just keep the focus on what's important.
Guys, feel free to put that back up anytime with the Where's Waldo shirt out of Katie George. And, you know, and then in the back corner, you see brother Timmy, who is like downing multiple pieces at the same time as if he's never had a meal in his life. There's Katie right up in front.
Big eaters in the George family.
And there's right there, Will Stein.
Everybody's hoarding their pizza, expecting Katie to come around and steal slices.
That's enough out of you two up there.
Will Stein's double fisting. He's got the pizza. He's got the Pepsi. He's got the soft drink. Some of that za up here.
Where's this thing headed for Colorado, Jesse?
Well, listen, I do think that Coach Prime is the real deal, but there are obviously a lot of holes on the field right now from a roster standpoint. I think a lot of that demonstrated itself today. A lot of things to fix in pass protection and tackling defensively on special teams, but penalties too, Joe.
Oh, come on. With
12 penalties with over 100 yards. I mean, Coach Prime will probably tell you after the game, we could not have played any worse. And you wondered just how much they had emotionally left in the tank after being in the spotlight the first 3 weeks of the season, and then that physical overtime win against Colorado State. They've got to go back to the drawing board, and they've got to go back quickly.
Well, Ty Thompson is in now at quarterback as Sadiq, the freshman tight end, gets some luck. Well, I love everything that Prime is doing in terms of the messaging, in terms of the overused phrase culture change. And the one thing, and we had the chance to visit with them extensively this week, fly out to Boulder and spend a whole day with the program. The one word you will hear over and phrase over and over from the coaches to the players is, we are old school coaches.
Yeah.
Old school coaches.
Yeah.
And he referenced Mickey Andrews, the old defensive coordinator at Florida State, his defensive coordinator.
Well, who I played against. And really, there are expectations and there are standards that Coach Prime is setting in practice. And if you don't live up to that, there are consequences. If you don't practice hard, if you don't give great effort, if you don't have an intensity, you don't love football, you're not going to play or you're not going to be part of this program. That's how you change the culture, Joe. And I think there's a lot of people out there that see all this and they just think it's always a party in Boulder with the football team all the time, and they're not taking it seriously. That could not be further from the truth. But there are old school principles and values that Coach Prime is instilling in this program. And that's how you get things turned around. And listen, the truth is, and the reality is, it takes time.
Coach is very hard. Coach is very tough, as he will remind everybody, first and foremost, he considers himself a disciplinarian. He had that opening introductory meeting with the program, and players got the message. Not everybody's going to be around. This isn't for everybody. But I'll tell you, the effect of Coach Prime, the past 3 weeks, and where this whole thing has gone, it really transcended football. The coverage of him, everybody just in awe. And there's a lot that goes into the boil pot of why. But you're talking about one of the greatest American athletes of all time, who in a second act of life is
transcends everything, right? And it's not just because of his accomplishments on the field when he played. It's his personality. It's the magnetism that everybody just wants to be a part of.
And things will just close out here on a day when, right from the start, Jesse, he said to us the other day, Prime said, we have to start fast. You couldn't have a worse start. Meanwhile, it was the guys across the field who started so fast.
Who had a chip on their shoulder, felt like a lot of people were watching this game to see what would happen with Colorado, forgetting just how good of a team Oregon is. Dan Lanning delivered that message to his team all week, pregame, kept his foot on the gas. That is an impressive win for the Oregon Ducks.
Now remember, Dan Lanning said, we're not done. We want more. He went for it on 4th down.